Serving 26 schools across more than 500 square miles, Pulaski County Special School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Arkansas. Our district strives to help each student discover his or her full potential while preparing students for life and cultivating future leaders. PCSSD continues to strengthen the relationship between its public schools and the community. Our district is committed to creating a nationally recognized school district that assures that all students achieve at their maximum potential through collaborative, supportive, and continuous efforts of all stakeholders. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
Welcome, Senator fans, to Robinson Senator Football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. I'm Tyler Chenault, here with my broadcast partner, Chris Goodman. Before we get started, let me make sure I introduce you to our crew tonight. On production, as always, is David Tooley. On the main cam tonight, again, will be Mark Miller, and we'll also have Francis Sturts on the sideline cams. We got the whole crew here again, 2 weeks in a row. I'd missed a couple, so it's good to be back with everybody. I'm ready for another game tonight. So, tonight, have Whitehall with, and some of the coaches. I'm sure they've been mentioned on every other broadcast that's played them, but head coach Ryan Mallett for the Whitehall Bulldogs, that's a name that's pretty familiar. Offensive coordinator Jarius Wright, and then just to be fair, I'll also mention their defensive coordinator Hunter Vincent. But there are two names in there, Chris, that a lot of people know just from their time at Arkansas and their prolific careers at Arkansas. This is both their first years at Whitehall. I think it's Jarius Wright's first year coaching high school ball. We know Ryan Mallett was at Mountain Home last year, I believe.
Yep.
So, it'll be interesting to see what they do tonight. Anything just about those guys, about kind of what to expect with them as coaches?
No, not really. Not a whole lot. I know they have a lot of knowledge and experience over there. Ryan, both of them obviously playing at Arkansas, then Ryan playing, I believe, for the Patriots and the Ravens at one point, and then Jarius Wright spent a lot of time with the Panthers, I believe. So a lot of experience over there football-wise.
I think Jarius was with the Panthers. I think he was with the Vikings for a little bit too,
yes,
if I remember correctly.
Yep.
But yeah, so got some interesting names on the sideline there across for us. But the good thing about that is the coaches aren't the ones that go out on the field every night and play. And we know that your Robinson Senators have the talent to compete with anybody in the state. We saw it last night, or last week, I guess I should say, coming into last week's game against Mills. That was billed as one of the top 2 games in the state, and I think in terms of competition, it was the best game in the state last week. That Bryant Cabot game was close, but I mean, to me, our most exciting game last week was the game we saw at Mills last week. Anything else about that game that still kind of resonates with you before we go ahead and look at this week?
Man, it's just nice to be able to breathe now. It came down to that 2-point conversion play. Ian Dietz and Ashton Williams get in there and make the stop. Senators win. Man, it's nice to breathe. Not so tense anymore. It was a great game.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, especially after about halftime, whenever it's been close the whole time. I kind of agree with you. You can't relax. I'm sure my blood pressure was a little bit too high for a little bit there, especially towards the end. But, that's why these guys play this sport. That's why we played the sport. That's why we coach the sport. For games like that, the blowouts and stuff are fun. They're exciting, but you don't play it for those. You play it for those ones that are close, that come down to it, that kind of make you feel some type of way whenever it gets to that point. So it was good to have one of those. And, we had a couple close games there, those games that I missed, but, that's the type of games that you're really in the sport for. And I know as the coaching staff of Robinson, as the players on the field, I know they were just as excited as we were up here, if not more, whenever we were able to pull through. So just a big game for a lot of guys last week on both sides. But whenever it really mattered, whenever it came down to it, it was one play to win the game, one play to lose the game. And, Robinson stepped up, Ian Dietz, and I think it was Julian Campos had kind of spun off of a block right there at the goal line. And then Ashton Williams blows up the lead blocker, and then Ian and Julian kind of meet him before he gets to the goal line. So just a real exciting game last week. And I'm expecting a good one again tonight. We've got Whitehall here. The Bulldogs. So Whitehall's record, they are 3-5 on the year, 2-4 in conference, and we kind of talked about it a little bit before the game, or before we came on, that they played Mills. It was a 2-point game against Mills. So if you can stick with Mills, you know that you've got talent, you know that you're successful. But then if you look at some of their losses, they've lost to Valonia, and we've seen the Valonia team, and we know the type of team they are. So I think Whitehall kind of seems like a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde type team. They just depends on what type of night they're having. So, you don't know what they're going to have tonight. Kind of, what do you expect to see from them tonight as we go on?
Well, and they're we've talked about the coaches, and I think in their first year here at Whitehall, they'll have them ready to play. You've gone through majority of your year, you're getting down to the final 2 or 3 weeks here. I think they'll be very well prepared. And then, like you said, it's just a matter of what team walks out onto the field tonight. They could give you a really good game, or, Robinson may be able to take over and kind of run away, late. Who knows?
Yeah, and, a lot of that has to do with kind of what you've set up. As a head coach and as a staff. Like, what do you have? What's your culture like? And whenever you're coming in as a first-year coach, it's tough to get that culture in early, but I fully expect Coach Mallett to kind of get that ingrained into his guys. And as you get later in the year, I think you've got a chance to really lean on that culture. So, as they go, I expect them to play better as each game moves on. So, I expect it to be a challenge tonight just because they've got a good team. We've seen it against Mills. They played a really good game against Maumelle, so we've seen a few. And then just a couple other games across the PCSSD Sports Network. Mills is at Marlton tonight. So anything about that Mills? You think Mills is going to get back on track tonight for at Marlton?
Oh, yeah. I think Marlton's one of those teams that has been good throughout the year and who kind of, and all that. But I think Mills bounced back and gets a big win. Oh, yeah.
And if you saw it, they just released a bunch of balloons here. I want to make sure that we point that out for everybody that's listening. We've got Francis is a Robinson student, so he kind of gave us a little bit update on what's going on here. So the balloons they're to honor a guy that recently passed away. We're gonna figure out the name, and then we'll let you know whenever we get that. Here it is. So Isaiah Billy Hall is it a young man? Is it a young man that passed away recently? So having a little moment of silence here, releasing the balloons for Isaiah here, just to make sure you keep that family in your thoughts, because it's a rough situation. So we'll just kind of take a little break here to reflect upon that. All right, thank you for taking that moment with us. Want to make sure we respect the young man and his family, and everything that we've been through. So again, please keep them in your thoughts here. We're going to go ahead and take a real quick break, and whenever we get back, we'll look at the rest of the games that are taking place tonight around the PCSSD Sports Network, and maybe some of the big games throughout the state. All right, welcome back with us on the Robinson Sports Network. So we're going to take a look at the rest of those PCSSD games. I'll touch a little bit on that Mills-Marlton game. Chris talked a little bit about it. So Mills is 7-1 on the season, 5-1 on conference. We all know where that one loss came from last week to your Robinson Senators. It does put Robinson in that number one seed. They're in the driver's seat now for the 1 seed in the playoffs. Bumps Mills down to that 2 seed. I guess I should have mentioned when we were talking about our game, if a win here tonight for the Robinson Senators, locks down that 1 seed, because the best anybody else can do is one loss in the conference. If we win tonight, the worst we can do is one loss in the conference, and we'll beat that next one. So a win here tonight would be big for your Senators. A 1 seed in the 5A Central, and I believe I was told it's would give us home field advantage throughout. So that would be another big thing to lock up here tonight. But Mills again, 7-1, 5-1 in conference, is at Marlton, who's 6-3, 4-3 in conference, and we've obviously seen both of those teams. You know, Marlton can run the ball pretty well, and we had some success last week running the ball in Mills. So, you know, wouldn't be surprised to see Marlton be able to run the ball some, especially we know Charlie Collins went out in our game late, and he looked like he was hurting pretty bad. So, I'll be interested to see if he can play tonight. If not, you know, that's another notch from Marlton, but I don't think either way it's going to matter too much. I think Mills will take care of business, like you said, and get back on track. Maumelle at Valonia is our other 5A Central PCSSD game. Maumelle's 3-5 on the season, 1-5 in conference. They got their first conference win last week. It was a big one for them over Watson Chapel. It's going to be at Valonia, 4-4 on the year, 4-2 in conference. So Marlton, Valonia, they're all kind of battling for what's probably going to be that 4 seed. Pine Bluff's looking like they'll probably be the 3 seed, and then there's a battle between Valonia, between Marlton, possibly this Whitehall team if they can pull out a win tonight, or BB, but it's really between Marlton and Valonia right now. So I think Maumelle's got a chance there. Hootens does have Valonia favored, but you know, Maumelle played a good game last week. We've seen some glimpses of good football from Maumelle. What do you think about that game?
Yeah, I mean, that game's one of those toss-up games, you know, kind of almost like with Whitehall. It just depends on which team show up. You know, Maumelle gave Robinson a really great game. Valonia played pretty well against Robinson as well, so it just depends on which team shows up. And I think in that game they just got the home team favored. You know, that's all that is.
Yeah, I think it was a pick 'em, and it's like, well, all right, they're at Valonia, we'll take Valonia. But I really do think that Maumelle's got a chance. We've seen some success from them, so I think they got a chance at Valonia tonight. All right, and we're going to get ready to do the national anthem soon. I don't think it's just yet, but when we get to it, we'll take our break. But we'll go ahead and look at our last PCSSD game if we get a chance. It's going to be Sylvan Hills, who's 2-6 on the season, 2-5 in conference, is at the Marion Patriots, 6-2 on the year, 6-1 in conference. Marion, I think, is the number 2 team in the 6A East. They're tied for number 2 with West Memphis. Marion's a pretty good football team. Sylvan Hills, you know, they've had some struggles this year. They've also had some really good games this year. You think Sylvan Hills has a chance? Because, you know, Hootens does have them favored, has Marion favored, but with the type of ball Sylvan Hills plays, you know, I think they're in every single game.
Yeah, you know, and I was just about to say that if they can score and then keep the ball, play good defense, you know, that's how they win. But it just, you know, Marion's got a lot of athletes over there. They play really good football, and I don't like picking against my alma mater, but I just think this is one of those down years, you know, down cycles for Sylvan Hills, and I think Marion will probably get it done tonight.
Right, and that's, you know, I get it. You know, I guess I had to pick against mine with Mills over Marlton too, but Sylvan Hills, they do play that type of ball, especially with, I don't even know what you call it, wing tee, triple option, whatever. You know, that stuff that Chris Hill runs over there. It keeps them in games because they can manage the clock, and if they can play some defense, they've always got a chance. But you know, I would expect Marion to kind of take care of business there. So, and then let's see, is there any other games in the state that kind of stick out to you? I know one big one. I'll let we start.
I think we're about to do the national anthem.
We'll do the national anthem. Then I know I've got one game I want to talk about, and you may have some too. All right, we're back here after the national anthem. Great job by the band there. I think you could hear it. We had the sound on, so hopefully you were able to hear that and enjoy it with us. So I know there are two games that we want to talk about here. I'm going to let Chris go ahead and take his because I think mine's a little bit better than his, so we'll see.
Yeah, your game is definitely a lot better than mine. I completely forgot about that matchup, and I don't know how. 1037 talked about it all day today, but I'm going to go with Bryant traveling to North Little Rock. This is a big, key game here for North Little Rock if they can scratch out an upset. It's two really, historic programs. Bryant more recently, North Little Rock over the last, decade has been really, a known prominent mainstay in 7A. So just see if, that's my game of the week, see if North Little Rock can scratch out and get the upset over Bryant.
Oh, yeah, and I think that'll be a good one. I think – as much as I hate to say it, I think Bryant will pull it out. But That's one of those things where you can't pick against Bryant until they give you a reason to pick against them.
That's true, yeah.
What is it? They haven't lost to a team in the state of Arkansas since they lost to North Little Rock back in 22? Since
18 maybe?
18 or 19.
Yeah.
Because they've won they've won 4 in a row now,
yep.
right? And that first one they won, they lost to North Little Rock in the regular season. So they 22 – 21-20, so 19, I think, was the last time they lost to an in-state school.
Yeah, it's like 40-something games.
And that was North Little Rock. And, I think I've mentioned it here before. Last year I was coaching at North Little Rock, and so, I've got some, pretty good connections there, some good friends over there. Talked to them a little bit this week. They had a big win last week against Northside to lock down probably the 4 seed in the 7A Central. They've kind of had some injuries throughout the year and all. So they think they got a chance. If you don't think you have a chance going into a game, then you need to get out of the sport.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything less. But as much as I hate to say it, you expect to see Bryant come out with that one. But I think it's a little bit of a rebuilding year. I just said North Little Rock's playing a lot of young guys.
Yep.
So I'd expect to see them back in the big picture the next couple years. I don't know. I don't really see anybody challenging Bryant again this year after they beat Cabot last week, and Cabot's already beat Conway. But you never know. Somebody may come. Somebody from Northwest may come and, flip the script a little bit, but they're just rolling right now. So my game, this is Hooten's game of the week. This is probably the Buzz game of the week. It's the game of the week in the state of Arkansas tonight. That's the Pulaski Academy Bruins at the Greenwood Bulldogs in the 6A, 6A whatever it is, West. I think all this change-ups messed everything up. Yeah, in the 6A West. So that's the number 1 team in 6A versus number 2 team in 6A. We've seen the Pulaski Academy team.
Yep.
Everybody's seen them the past few years. We know how many points they can put up. And then Greenwood, like the 2 perennial powers, right? The perennial 5A power from the last decade, the perennial 6A power from the last decade. Now they're both in 6A. They're in the same conference. Some really big names on that Greenwood team. They got a freshman quarterback that's supposed to be all-world by the time he becomes a senior, and he plays a lot. I don't know that he's starting for them yet because I think they've got a senior quarterback, but he came in and he's won a couple games for them.
Yep.
But that's just a game that there's going to be a ton of eyes on in the state tonight, and man, I don't even know who to pick on that one. It's a tough one. I guess. I don't know. I'll say I got Greenwood in that one. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Greenwood just because they've been in 6A a little longer. They may have a little bit more size and whatnot. But, I tell you, the ending score is probably going to be in the 80s for both teams. So, just so much offense that goes on in both of their games, So, yeah, that game is going to be a wild one for sure.
Yeah, it could be a big one. And I just – it's stepping up from 5A to 6A. That's a big step, just like going from 4 to 5A as we've seen this year. It's different ball, and it's not that the ball's not really good in 4A, really good in 5A. It's really just the number of players and the depth. It's your starting 11 on each side of the ball, could probably compete with each other. But whenever you get those numbers and that depth, and that's another thing I think Greenwood will have an advantage because we've seen PA, they don't really have the numbers as much. It's just their success and their scheme. So I think PA might be able to play the entire game with them a little bit better. Or Greenwood might be able to play a little bit better the entire game.
Yeah, definitely. And Greenwood, they're starting to get bigger in size. They may move up to 7A for too much longer, but Yeah, I think that's just where being in 6A longer, they're going to have more depth and all of that, and I think they'll handle PA.
Oh, yeah. So we got just a couple minutes here left. We got the coin flip going on right now, so we'll just take a little bit of break before we come back to our opening kickoff.
Defer your option to the second half. You want to receive, all right, and you want to kick it that way, all right. Whitehall, put your back to that end zone. Robinson, put your back to this end zone, all right. Robinson won to toss. They'll defer their option to the second half.
They will defend the east end zone.
Whitehall.
Welcome back, Senator fans. We got about a minute left on the clock before we start kickoff. Both teams are getting ready to run out, and here come your Robinson Senators. You got a pretty good shot of that. Francis putting his life on the line in the middle of that line there. Good shot by our guy Francis down there. But we did win the coin toss, went ahead and deferred, so we will be on defense first to start the game. So I mean, I'm ready to get started. You know, ready for some Senator football, ready for some excitement, and hopefully ready to lock up that 1 seed in the 5A Central.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, and I noticed Palm Bluff, that's who we play next week. They got a bye tonight. I wonder if any of those guys will be here in the crowd scouting early.
They're either they're in the crowd or they're right here listening to us.
That's true.
So they've got their eyes on it, trying to get a week 9 bye week. You know, that's
yeah.
It's crazy to have bye weeks anyway to me, with how many conference games we have in the new setup of conferences. But a week 9 bye lets you get healthy. You know, I think, was it Valonia that their record, that is their bye week maybe next week?
Oh, that'd be crazy having a week 10 bye week.
Because looking at the record, their conference record, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So I think they might have a bye week next week, which that would be even crazier. Especially if that would be really nice for them.
Yeah.
If they can lock up that 4 seed,
and
have a week off right before they start playoffs. Now they'll have a tough test in front of them with the 1 seed, but you still have a chance to get healthy.
All right, that is John Tate out there getting ready to put it in the end zone for the Senators.
And also, before we get started, I will say I remember my binoculars tonight, but we're home. It's a little bit easier to see these numbers anyway.
Yeah, a lot easier. And we got the kickoff. Another good kick. That's going to be in the end zone again by John Tate.
They landed right on the goal line. That's what you like to see.
It'd be nice if he can kick one of those and land it right about the 1, have it bounce back towards us and go down there and recover it.
Now you're asking a lot.
I don't know. He's a very talented kicker down there, just a sophomore. He can boot that thing.
I'm excited to see the growth of John, just, you know, being able to put it in the end zone as a sophomore.
Oh, yeah. All right, the familiar faces coming out there, and I believe Tank Reese is in at linebacker, coming back off injury tonight. You get pressure up the middle. QB's going to take off, and he's going to slide around the 30-yard line for they're going to call it a first down, they're going to call it a first down. Relentless performance training first down on the first play for the Whitehall Bulldogs.
They're moving sticks, but I think they marked him about a half-yard short. He's, you know,
no, he's moving him
when
back.
you slide, I don't think the chains weren't paying a lot of attention. He signaled second down, but like you said, Tank Reese back at inside linebacker. That moves Ian Dietz out here to this defensive end, outside linebacker type position on the left side of our defense.
Yeah, it's good to see Ian stay out there still after having a huge game last week. We're going to get a big stop here.
Looks like Julian Campos there was kind of unblocked and just kind of caught the running back, but it was, a half yard. They do get the first. They do get the Relentless Performance Training first down.
All right, so Whitehall came out the first play, wanted to throw it. Now they're going into more, they run the ball. We'll see what they can do here. Their head coach was a former quarterback, so they run the ball again. This time the Senators are there. He's going to get about 1 or 2 yards on the play.
Tank Reese and Ashton Williams looked like to be on the play. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 8 for the Whitehall Bulldogs here. Going to hand it off to number 1 for the Bulldogs. Gets chased down from behind by, let's see, that was number 3. That was Brandon Grill chasing him kind of down from behind to stop him. He gained about 4 more yards there. Looks like it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Whitehall coming out here early running the ball. Let's see if that defense can make a big stop here on 3rd and about 4 yards. Get that ball. Quarterback drops back. He's going to run out again. Campos in pursuit, and he's going to throw it. Got a guy open. He's going to make the catch down there around the 44, 43-yard line. They're going to give him the 42.
That quarterback there is Noah Smith for the Bulldogs. Number 22, Jaden Smith. Wonder if there's any relation there. But that's just one of those. He kind of rolls out. You got good coverage, and then Jaden just kind of drifts back a little bit whenever that D-back's looking in the backfield and just finds a little pocket there.
Yeah, and you said Noah Smith as the quarterback put enough air on it there just to get it over the defender. He's going to take it and run it up the middle. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Ian Dietz in there on the tackle. But, yeah, their backfield is Noah Smith and Jaden Smith. So that's got the 2 Smiths in the backfield for Whitehall.
And Whitehall looks like they got a pretty sizable O-line. I wonder if running the ball, that's one of their keys. They wanted to come in tonight. So far, that's all they've done, except for the 2 pass attempts they've had, or 2 or 3, in which Noah took off on 2 of those. So they're running again. We got guys in the backfield there. Big time tackle for loss. Who was that? Ashton Williams coming through.
Ashton Williams shot the gap, got him for a loss of about 3 there, it looks like. So big play, bring up a 3rd and 9. Big play by Ashton, shooting the gap and reading it. He said, all right. He said, I'm done with you running the football. We're going to take care of this right now.
All right, and the Senator crowd coming alive here. Big 3rd down play. Let's see if we can get them off the field, get that ball. Empty set here. Smith drops back. Got pressure. He's going to escape. Just flips it over there, and I think it was caught, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down.
Another one of those. Ashton Williams was in coverage on, I think that's number – he's hidden right now.
I think it was number 2.
Number 2. Braden Bell caught the pass there. Ashton was in coverage, but, whenever the quarterback gets out like that, he's coming up and leaves his guy there. But 4th and, I think you said 5.
All right, and they're going to go for it on 4th down here. And we're going to jump off sides.
That's a big one. It does look like it's 5 yards, so that probably gives them the 1st down.
A big number 50, Jacob Patton, in there. I think he jumped off sides there a little bit, and that's all right. We saw that last week early in the game, getting a couple offsides penalties. It's just the nerves and the jitters. You're ready to go make a play. But it does look like they're going to be just short of the 1st down here.
Okay, all right.
Whitehall's probably going to try another run game. It looks like Coach Mallett's going to call a timeout. Talk it over with his quarterback real quick before we run the play. Doesn't look really happy over there right now.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at the play clock, and it didn't feel like it took him a while to get that play call in. So, I don't know if he didn't have. Maybe they were missing a guy and they didn't get the substitutions right or something. But he wasn't too happy about it. You never like to call a timeout.
No.
8 minutes left in the first quarter, 4th down. Now you give the defense a chance to kind of put something together and get their subs in that they might need for a 4th and 1.
Yeah. Get some water, get some rest, kind of, come over and be like, all right, we've hit a little bit, we've played a little bit, the jitters are gone, let's go make a big-time stop. It's really, it's like you said, you really don't want to call a timeout this early in the half.
That's one of those kind of double whammies right there for Coach Mallett and Whitehall. Call a timeout with 8 minutes left in the first quarter, give the defense a chance to gather themselves on a big 4th down play, get the personnel in there they really want for this situation. So there's a few things there that cause you not to be too happy about having to use that timeout.
All right. Looks like Robinson's ready for a run up the middle. I believe it's going to be a QB sneak. No, he's going to turn around and hand it off.
As Ashton Williams gets his – okay, so we got something down here.
He got through there, and it looks like it's going to be a flag on Whitehall.
So I don't know where they spotted the ball either, if it was a first down or not, because Ashton Williams dove through. Because like you said, it looked like it was going to be a quarterback sneak. They went under center for the first time, but instead they handed it, gave Ashton time to get back there. But false start, so the play didn't happen anyway, theoretically.
All right. Well, let's get another stop, see if Ashton Williams can get on the low lineman again, go back there and make a play. And try and draw them off sides again. Good job by the defense not to move.
Fixing their mistakes. That's good.
All right, snap ball. Smith's going to drop back. He's going to throw it. Oh, I thought and it is intercepted. Here we go.
Evans Olamy on the interception.
With another interception.
That's what it looked like. We thought we picked it off, but then it just looked like they all kind of died and nobody was running. Thought maybe he dropped it.
Yeah, everybody just kind of stood there. He may have caught it, then had to double catch it, and that's why everybody kind of stopped moving. He was able to get that ball, and I think he went immediately out of bounds. That may have been what it was. But Evans Olamy coming through early, the first defensive drive here, getting an interception.
A great play by Evans right there. Coming through, getting a big stop. Now it's time to go down and punch one in the end zone, take the lead.
There you go. You put your defense on the field first. They come out, make a big-time play. Let's touchdown here, first play. Let's go. What was that, 65 yards?
Yeah, 65. Got Malik Okene in the backfield with none other than Quentin Murphy.
That's going to be a handoff to Okene, and he's going to go right up the middle, get about 8. All right. Looks like he was a little shaken up there. May have just been rolling around for a dramatic effect.
He's got a little bit of a
yeah, he does, doesn't he? That's a running back room that, they at least have some pretty good depth in there. Okene's run the ball. They've seen Blaylock back there. Brandon Grill running the ball. Quentin Murphy can run the ball himself at quarterback. So you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but that is at least a position they're okay with if something happens.
I got depth, but they're a little bit dinged up too.
Yeah. We're going to go empty set here. Murphy drops it back. Crossing routes. And there's – I think the contact with the receiver came a little too early before the pass, but nonetheless incomplete.
Yeah, and it's tough to get a call. I think Robinson coaches wanted a pass interference there, but when you're running a crossing route right on the heels of the defensive line, you're gonna get caught in that mess, and it's gonna be a lot harder to get those refs to throw the flag on something that shallow.
But I will say that is a good play to come back to later in the game, because I think the Whitehall defense on this side just bailed with the receivers. So
they did.
If he'd have caught it, he'd have had some room. All right, we're going to go another handoff to Okene here, and he's going to get met right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Maybe even lost about a foot, and it's going to bring up 4th and 2. That was a good job by the Whitehall linebackers there, just shedding blocks and getting in the backfield.
Yeah, it looked like Whitehall, they sent the house there. So it would have been tough to get through there. They really blitzed it opposite of where we were going, so it looks like he did have a little bit of a crease there, but it closed really quick. May even got caught from the backside a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to bring on John Tate to punt the ball, so we get the big-time stop and then go, what was it, 3 and out, or did we get a first down in there?
No, it's 3 and out because we started on 35.
All right. Good high spiral punt. Oh, did he call for a fair? Yeah, he did call for a fair catch right around the 22-yard line.
It was a quick one.
It guy's in his face, but all right, now you got to call on your defense again to come out and make a big-time stop.
Ben Reddick's on the catch there for Whitehall. But, yeah, Whitehall moved the ball a little bit on us, and we talked about it pregame. This is a Whitehall team that we've seen a lot of glimpses of talent, throughout the year. So, but 2 essentially turnovers. Punts, but 1 punt, 1 turnover. But hopefully defense can step up here and let the offense get going.
And kind of a
tight quads.
And a Wildcat quarterback in there as well. He's going to take it and run to that quad side. He's going to get about 5 or 6 on the play there, and I don't think that's a formation that I've seen personally. They had number 5 back there, Ben Reddicks, at quarterback, and the quads to his left side, and they just ran it right behind all the sides over there.
You got whenever you got quads over there and your running back, your quarterback at the time is a running threat, you typically are going to have the numbers over there to gain some yards.
Well, normal Noah Smith back there, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to get some power through, get some more yards. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. So Whitehall appears that they saw something in the run game that they could take advantage of, and they keep powering at it.
That one kind of looked like a power read in the backfield, but they pulled both guards, or maybe the guard and tackle here. I think it was a quarterback design run the whole time. Just let him fake to kind of get the linebackers to be a little slow getting there to the hole.
All right, as we bring up a third and about 2. Need that D-line, see if they turn around and hand it off again, and they do. And he's going to get the first down and power through. Or gain of 4 on the play and get a relentless performance training first down. So, yeah, they have definitely saw something that they could take advantage of in the run game, and so far they have been.
Yeah, getting a little bit of movement up there with their, like you said, a big O-line. Yep. And if you can just get the defensive line off their spot a little bit, let the running back make one cut and get north, and that's what they've done so far.
All right, trips to the far side. He's going to that's going to be another interception on the play. I believe that is
Chase Nichols.
Chase Nichols on the interception. All right, so two possessions, 2 turnovers for Whitehall so far. Evans Olemi with the first interception, Chase Nichols with the second interception. And I don't know if you could hear it, but the Whitehall coaches in the booth next to us saw somebody open and were mad that he didn't throw it.
Man, I tell you what, their offensive line's doing pretty good run blocking, but when they try and drop back and pass, he's got no time. Robinson's defensive line's doing a good job getting pressure, making Noah Smith have to run around and move off of his spot. And a lot of times, especially a high school quarterback, when you can move them off their spot, they're going to be a lot less accurate and, maybe put the ball into some trouble like we saw there.
All right, so Quentin Murphy in back at quarterback. Quads to the far side, and it's going to be a designed QB run, and he just can't get past that first line of defenders there, but he had a lot of room if he could have.
I was about to say, even before that snap, if I had a chance, they had quads up top, and they emptied that box. I think they may have had 4 guys in the box for Whitehall, and that's one. If they're going to line up like that to that formation, you'll get in it every time, and you'll let Quentin run the ball all over them. They're going to have to make an adjustment to quads if that's how they're going to line up.
I believe that was one of the formations that Quentin Murphy broke a run off last week against Mills, so see if they'll come back to it. The run game has been working. All right. Murphy's going to take it. He's got an option out there. He pitches it. That's Brandon Grill. He's going to go get the first down and more up to about where they're going to mark. They're going to mark him out way back at the 19-yard line. But that's going to be a relentless performance training first down.
And that's that spread triple option. We saw it a lot early in the year. We hadn't seen it as much the last couple of games, but that's essentially what it is. They're in their spread, but they got the triple option. He can hand it. If he pulls it, he's also got a receiver there waiting, and Quentin's really patient on that and making the defense commit to him before he gets to the receiver.
All right, Okene on the carry here, up the middle. Going to get a gain of about, 6 yards on the play there. So a lot better drive this time, couple of first downs, big chunk plays, a lot better offensive drive this time.
Yeah, Whitehall, again, sent a lot of pressure right there. It's just we got him washed down that time, got a pulling guard to pick off that blitzing linebacker and was able to get positive yards.
All right, going to fake the jet and give it to Okene again. He's going to get about 4, just going to be 1 yard short of the first down here. Going to bring up 3rd and short. They get the first down, it'll be 1st and goal. And I think we can get it.
Oh, yeah. If you go, we went one play that we couldn't get the 2 yards, and those don't happen too often for this team. So, I wouldn't expect them to go 0-2 on a 3rd and 2 here, 3rd and 1.5.
Yeah, not with the run game we have. Looks like they got Dylan Hunt in there at that sniffer back position. They're going to run it behind him. Great block by the running back there. Oh, he should have cut in. He's going to get the relentless performance training first down to where are they going to mark him at?
It's about the 7.
The 7-yard line. Now, that was a great block by, I believe it was Brandon Grell or Okene in there. Kind of blocked 2 guys so Quentin Murphy could get around him. Great little peel black block.
That's one of those situations you have the tight receivers, and Quentin's running and he sees that if he can get the edge, and they just had two guys in that one gap, and all it took was one guy to wash them down, and Quentin could get outside.
All right. I'm going to give it to Brandon Grill on a pitch, and he cuts it up. You get about to the 4-yard line.
Good positive yardage there. He had, they set a good edge, and we've talked about setting an edge a lot this year, especially last week. And, Whitehall does well to set the edge there. Brandon sees it, gets north, and, gets 3 yards, 4 yards.
That's a really smart move by him. A lot of players want to keep trying to bounce it outside and get that edge, but really smart move by him to cut it back up.
Here's our power formation we saw a lot last week, and I think we may get an offsides. 21 for Whitehall. Marshawn Jordan was in the backfield fast, so
tried to Troy Polamalu it and jump the snap.
Looks like we had a false start, though.
Well,
we're going to have Connor Grisham come in at quarterback. Quentin came off. He just looks like a little bit of a limp. I think it was one of those runs. Connor's at tight end.
Grill going to take it again to that outside, and he's got blockers, and he's got the 2-foot line here. I thought he got in, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and very short goal.
So Connor Grisham did come in. As we know, that's our backup quarterback, but we're still in that heavy package. They just had to leave him at tight end, and he's a big body, he's probably a big, strong kid, so he's probably a guy that can get some blocking. But we know they like this formation to run the ball. They like it in short yardage. Give Quentin a little bit of a break.
Oh, a high snap for Grill there, and I think they're going to stop him, bring up 4th down. A high snap. He had to kind of almost triple catch it there, and that's not what you want on the goal-to-go situations.
But you already know what's coming right here, though.
Oh, yeah.
There's no thought in Coach Escola's head to kick the ball right now.
Yeah, they're going for it. Let's see him get it in here. Come on, boys. Rail's going to get it again, and we're going to have a flag. Probably another false start. I didn't see who moved. But
offsides on that one.
Oh, all right, well.
Must have been lined up in neutral zone.
I guess so. So that's going to move it about, 3 feet?
I mean, how many times did we have it last week? 2, 3 times that we had false starts whenever our defense was on the one. Doesn't do a whole lot for you, but.
No. Moves it ever so closer. Let's see a good push here by the front, by the O-line. Brandon Girl take it into the end zone here. And, he got it easily. All right, so touchdown Senators here with 1:05 left to go in the first quarter. As your score is going to be 6 Senators, 0 to the Bulldogs. John Tate on for the extra point here.
Great job by your offensive line right there, getting movement. Every single Whitehall Bulldog was in the end zone right there, and Brandon Grill just walked in untouched.
Yeah, I think Grill's back standing on the Robinson in the end zone before somebody touched him. So great job by the O-line there. Tate's extra point is up, and it's good.
It's good, and I think we're going to get running into the kicker. It didn't hit him too hard, but they did catch him a little bit. So if that's one that you can put on the kickoff, it'll probably scoot the kickoff up 5 yards, make it easier for John Tate to get it in the end zone. But with that extra point, it was a deal. Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown. Make sure you contact D.O. for all your home lending needs.
Yep, big thank you to all of our sponsors that make all of this happen. So, all right, that was I don't think they threw the ball once that drive. Ran it down on Whitehall, got it in the end zone. Let's see defense here. Come out. John Tate put it in the end zone. Defense come out, force another turnover, and let's really start to take over this ball game here.
I'll tell you what, I'll take 3 turnovers on 3 possessions defensively.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're 2 for 2. Let's keep it going.
That's a recipe for winning football.
Trying to go through some of our games. Maumelle is down 0-7 against Valonia currently. See if while we have a little bit of time, I'll pull some up.
And those of you Senator fans watching the game tonight, be sure to share it out. Some of your classmates, if you did go to Robinson, let them, come back, watch a good game. Family that went to Robinson, give it to them, let them watch a good game. And Tate's going to put it in the end zone, landed almost on the wording in the end zone there, but that's nothing new for John Tate.
You give John Tate, 5 extra yards too. I mean, that thing's probably going to be in the end zone.
Oh yeah, and it's every week. It just blows my mind. He's a sophomore kicking it like that. A lot of young talent on this Robinson team, though.
Oh yeah. Still scoreless in the Sylvan Hills Marion game, and then no, that's not right. Marion's up 6-0. Still scoreless in the Mills Marlton game. Just for a little update on your PCSSD games going on as well tonight.
All right, Smith, that quarterback, he's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. We're there for it, and I don't think he's going to get any there. Looks like Tank Reese and 54.
It's Julian, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Julian Campos there on the tackle. Going to get a gain of nothing, bring up 2nd and 10. You do that every time. Make them get out of that run game, start passing a little more. The DBs have got to be drooling for that.
I think we had a little bit of a clock malfunction. They're having to reset it a little bit. But, Ian Dietz is there. We talked about him a little bit. He's kind of that outside linebacker, defensive end position. His hand, I don't think it's in the dirt, so you can call him whatever you want. But he took on that pulling guard and stoned him right there. And, if you can do that as a defensive end with a pulling guard, it makes it a little bit easier for those linebackers to fit a hole.
Oh, yeah, and I think Ian Dietz is one of those guys, he didn't play a whole lot to begin the year. He got pretty good playing time, but Tank Reese just playing really good. Kind of took over that. And then last week, I think he made a statement to his coaches like, "Hey, coach, I need to be on the field." I think he had 18 tackles last week. So
Ian definitely earned playing time.
Oh yeah. All right, looks like he's going to go back to that Wildcat quarterback, and he's give it to 22, and he ain't going nowhere either.
And guess who was there? we just talked about him. Ian Dietz was there. I think he made first contact. Micah Pennington was back there in the backfield. I think Julian Campos, just all of that front four for your Robinson defensive line was there.
Yeah, that's this drive so far. Robinson has come out and said you're not going to run it on us anymore, and we've really put up a wall right here at the 20-yard line.
Little tight doubles here. It's a tough formation to stop.
You go to throw the ball, but I don't think he's going to get away. It looks like Julian Campos and others are going to they're going to call it a sack. Now I think they're going to give him the line of scrimmage there.
Oh, well.
And I think that was the whole D-line getting on that tackle.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Julian made first contact there and then ended up 4 guys tackled him.
Yeah, and that's one of the things every week. Robinson flies to the ball. They don't, they'll hold you up. They're not going to let you get down and all that.
And I think that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a little break here, and we'll be back for the second quarter and what is presumably going to be a punt from the Whitehall Bulldogs.
Alicia Colvin and Relentless Performance Training helps athletes achieve their optimal performance with everything they need to build the best strength, agility, and conditioning, with a heavy focus on injury prevention, performance, psychology, flexibility, and more. Some of the services they offer include sports performance assessments, education on strength and conditioning, muscle versus joints, flexibility, core, legs, upper body, resistance training, nutritional supplements, recovery, and injury prevention. Give strength and conditioning coach Alicia Colvin a call, just like Senator cornerback Quentin Murphy did, for your personalized plan.
All right, welcome back, football fans, to Senator Football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. And here we are, 4th and 10. Whitehall is out to punt the ball back to your Senators.
Nobody rushed. Going to be a low punt. I'd let it bounce.
Yeah,
Get nowhere near it. It's going to take a Whitehall bounce. It looked like it was going to roll towards the sideline, then kick back over and started rolling. Still going. It's going to be about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that was a low punt. It didn't go too far until the roll, but it landed, behind, I guess, a Whitehall defender. So that's one you just got to let that one go. Don't want to put it in harm's way. If you watch any college ball, we saw a little bit of issue with that Alabama-Tennessee game where if a punt's rolling and there's defenders around it, just leave it alone. Leave it alone. I think he learned that lesson once Saban got a hold of him.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Murphy back out there at quarterback. Got 33 in the backfield with him.
33 is Driftin' Ladd.
Driftin' Ladd. All right, that's a new name to the –
No, we got a new roster. It looks like Corey Crusterson. maybe?
I did not have the updated
It's like a ninth
roster.
grader. They just brought us that one pregame.
Nevertheless, the play is going to go to Brandon Grill to the outside, and he's going to get stopped about 3 yards in the backfield to get one of those updated rosters. Steve, at you.
We'll give him this new one, and he can make it pretty like he did these other ones.
All right, you said that was a freshman getting some playing time?
That's what it says on here. What says number 33 is Corey Crusterson, a 5'7", 165-pound ninth grader.
All right, well, let's see if he can see what he can do. You know, if he's a freshman playing on varsity this late in the season, then he's got to be getting ready to show something. Gonna fake it to him. And it's gonna get stopped in the backfield there. Big 56 for Whitehall.
66.
66 for Whitehall is Landon Meredith.
That's a big fella.
That is a big dude. He got through there, and it looked like they had number 33. I have to remember his name. Corey Crusterson there trying to block him, and as a freshman, you see somebody that big coming at you. It's kind of
Yeah, it's one of those. We got this new roster. There's a lot of ninth graders on it, so it's one of those things. Their junior high season's over now, so you can pull up those ninth graders now and it not affect because once you play in that senior high game, you can't play in junior high anymore. But now that they're done, you can play them because they do get those all 4 years of eligibility at varsity.
going to come up the block again. Murphy's going to try and escape, and he does. He does escape. He gets out of there. I don't know how, but he gets out of there.
That was he's still going to be, 3 yards short.
Yeah.
He kind of ran into his own guy there, number 77, Tanner Drew, it looks like, and kind of knocked his. There was guys that had a beat on him, and he bounced off of somebody, and they weren't expecting it.
Yeah, I thought 66 was going to get him another tackle. Landon Meredith there for the Bulldogs thought he was going to get another tackle, but nevertheless, Quentin Murphy escapes out of there, makes it, at least gives Tate more, less yardage to work with on a punt if that's how you want it. Maybe you can get it down there running on a guy late.
But that's the Quentin Murphy we've come to know and love. He's not down until he's on the ground.
Oh, yeah. All right, good. Kind of a high punt. Ooh, and he just gets it away. Bulldogs had people there. It's going to be high, and it's going to get a good Robinson bounce. Keep going, keep going. I think some Robinson fans may have thought it hit a Whitehall player.
Get it is what I heard.
And I don't think the refs are going to call it that way, and it's going to be Whitehall football again.
I do got a pretty good crowd out here for our second to last regular season game. I want to thank all the Robinson fans who do come out, and also thank the ones that can't come out and listen to us right here on the Robinson Center or the Robinson Sports Network.
Yeah, I think we had over 2,000 views last week, so that's
We're gonna
great.
get a quick snap. I get the Senators did not get there.
Oh, and a great tackle over there. Number 53 is, I think, that was Micah Pennington over there. We were running guys on late, but then, Whitehall ran the ball to the side that we didn't have anybody. So, Robinson momentum was kind of going that way, and big 53 Micah Pennington went over there and clotheslined the running back.
We're going to get a penalty for illegal substitution. We had like 14 guys on the but that's the first time I've ever seen that. The refs will give warnings to the coaches if you're talking a little bit, and they'll give 2, they'll give 3 warnings, but I've never actually seen them blow the ready for play whistle while the coach still has the team huddled. So there were like 15 guys on the field, 5 coaches. So they got us for illegal substitution. They got unsportsmanlike. They gave them 15. I don't know. That was I've never seen that before. That's questionable.
We had wild stuff going on. Big Dylan Hunt there with another sack in the backfield, and he had a couple last week. Gets him another one this week.
Dylan Hunt says, Coach, I got it.
Right, it's okay. We'll move him back.
We'll take care of it.
Great job by Dylan Hunt there getting him another sack. But, yeah, that's we can add that last play, well, not the sack, the one before that to the list of weird stuff that's happened the last 2 weeks on these broadcasts.
I've never seen it. I've heard a ton of, while I've been out there coaching, I heard a ton of refs be like, come on, hurry up. But I've never seen the ready for play whistle before both teams were ready. Quarterback pulls it.
He's going to get tripped up. Is that Tank Reese back there?
Tank's back, baby.
Tank is back, and he's going to get Noah Smith in the backfield. Or they may have gave him the line of scrimmage.
I thought Dylan Hunt had another tackle for a loss.
I did too.
Quarterback did really good pulling it at the last minute, but I thought we had another one.
All right, that's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and about 15, I think. See that defense get stingy again, get another turnover or force another punt. Going to go 5 wide.
Oh.
And Dylan Hunt's going to – oh, no, he gets away. Scrambling. Dylan Hunt still came back to make the tackle along with – that's going to be another sack. They got him behind the line of scrimmage. Dylan Hunt.
Ashton Williams is the last one to get up as well. Looked like Ashton and Dylan were the two at the bottom of the pile. But they ran that little stunt, defensive line stunt, ran that, kind of 2-3 technique out, and Dylan Hunt comes off of him. And, those are ones that whenever you run them right and it's a legit drop back, you've got time to get there untouched.
All right, it's going to force another punt. Going to be a little bit better.
That one's better.
Yeah, a lot better than the last one. Keep rolling. That's going to go into the end zone.
He got a piece of that one there,
Yeah.
and it was flying a little bit more, but it bounced 15 yards.
Yeah, that's one thing about his punts. They do roll. I think that'll give us the ball on the 20. It's all right. After the first drive, Whitehall moved the ball pretty well, running the ball. 2 interceptions now. We've shown, probably kind of scared them into not wanting to throw it. And now we're stopping the run to force them to throw it again. So far, this defense, after that first drive, is really making a statement.
And that's kind of been all year. We give up a little bit of yardage first 2 drives or so, and then they just kind of figure it out. I think they've just got to feel kind of what it's going to feel like to go against that offense. Then they figure out how to make adjustments. Number 1 coming in motion, Chase Nichols, and Quentin Murphy's going to keep it. Gain about 8 yards there. Going to bring up a 2nd and 2 on the quarterback keeper out of empty. Kind of ran Chase Nichols across, snapped it, faked it to him, and opened up that box a little bit for you.
Yeah, that's a play they do like to run a lot, and Robinson just has so much speed out there on the outside that you start running those guys across, and Whitehall's got to account for that. Well, then you start to lose Murphy, and he's got speed at the quarterback spot. So
you can't ignore those motion guys.
Murphy going to drop back. He's going to throw a screen. Got Brandon. Brandon's going to get the first down. Almost up to the 40.
Number big 77 for Whitehall came in to try and finish it up and clean up the play is Samaj Walker, but he just hit his own guys. Brandon Girl's already down. He knocked 2 other Bulldogs off the pile.
I tell you what, 77, that's a big dude.
Let's see, they got him listed at we don't have a height and weight, but it's a big guy, heavy guy.
Yeah.
And he came and knocked 2 Bulldogs off the pile.
Murphy's he's got him open. Great ball. Who was that? I think that's Chase Nichols over there. A great ball, and I think if he just threw it a little bit further, Chase Nichols gets 6 there.
Yeah, if it was a yard deeper, I think he scores.
Oh,
He had to slow down his step. He had to turn around a little bit, and it wasn't terrible coverage. I mean, he was within a yard of him. That's why he was able to make the play. But it was a good ball, like you said, by Quentin. And we hadn't seen many of those deep balls in the last couple games. They hadn't had to throw them, but they found a matchup they liked. Let Quentin show off the arm a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd like to see some of the receivers they have, some of those one-on-one shot plays just like that.
Oh yeah, we got talent. We got Gabe Bonner out there, Brandon Girl, Chase Nichols, Evans Olamy when he's out there.
All right. Going to send Grill in motion, then fake the handoff, throw it out to him. Looks like Bulldogs were there for it. He's still going to get a gain of about 6.
He puts a little move on, and he at least makes the defenders pause so he can get a couple extra yards on it.
All right, now we are to the part of the field where I can't see anything through this post.
I can see a little bit better, so if I need to, I can kind of take it up. In a little trips formation, Dylan Hunt's at your H-back. Quentin Murphy's in a little pistol formation with Malik behind him. Going to give it to Malik, and he's got a little bit of room. He gets down to about the 10-yard line. Good blocking by his receivers, no line. That should give us a relentless performance training first down. It's going to be 1st and goal now, it looks like.
Are they at the 10-yard line? I thought they were at like the 10.5. Yeah, they are going to give them the true 10-yard line. So
it is 1st and goal. No more first downs here. And same formation. Dylan Hunt's back there at the H-back. Malika Cunye to the right of Quentin Murphy. A little freeze check. Going to get a change of play. Wanted to see what the defense was lined up in.
I'd like to see him throw a little corner jump ball here, but they don't. Murphy's going to take it to the near side. Looks like the Bulldogs were there to make the stop.
Number 21 for Whitehall's. on the play there. Pretty excited about it. Good play by Marshawn Jordan.
He's going to give him a gain of, what was that?
2 yards. Looks like we're on the 8 now.
Yep.
Bring up 2nd and goal from the 8.
And I'd like to see him throw a little jump ball here out there to Chase Nichols.
I'll tell you what, there's 4 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter. This has been one of the fastest halves. Because we all ran the ball.
Yeah.
I've been many incompletions. Whenever Whitehall's thrown it, we picked it off.
I think there's been one completion in this game, and that was just a minute ago. Now we're going to get a timeout here. I think play clock. Well, play clock
was at 15 when they called it. I guess they were looking for something in particular. And
calling timeout. But, earlier Whitehall having to spend one. Not something you want to see.
Yeah, I still have 2 left. The first time I looked at the clock, and I was like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this second quarter went by real quick.
Compared to the scoring that we had at Mills last week, and, that's a really quick half.
Yeah. Well, that last week, did you say compare it to the third quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah, the third quarter last week, they
almost any of the game last week.
Yeah, it just flew by.
I mean, it's 7:38 right now. We're 38 minutes into this game, and it's already almost halftime.
That's insane.
That's like all those Sylvan Hills games. That's what those look like.
Yeah, it's like 8:45 and everybody's headed home. Longest part of this game probably be halftime.
All right, gonna have 2 receivers to the left. Ashton Williams now is your H-back in the backfield with Malik to the right of Quentin. Going to give it to Malik, pull the guard in the H-back. Malik gets down to about the 1-yard line. A good tough run. Going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1. Good blocking right there. Kind of pulled the tackle and pulled Ashton for that little power play. Gave it to Malik. Malik was able to get about 7 yards. Bring up 3rd and 1.5.
Yeah, and I think they'll load it up on one side of here and let Murphy take it in.
I got Ashton and Dillon in there. Got an extra lineman at tight end.
Yep.
Quentin takes the direct snap, and
I thought he got in.
Still pushing. No whistle yet, and now he's falling in. If they didn't blow the whistle, that's a touchdown.
And I see his touchdown
That's a
signal on this
touchdown.
side. All right. Quentin Murphy able to take it in from about, 2 yards out for another Senator touchdown here, pending the PAT with 4:14 left to go till halftime. It's 13 Senators, 0 Whitehall.
And Quentin, he got stopped there, but nobody, offensive line kept fighting, kept pushing, and you had 10 guys, 11 if you count the ball carrier, that were pushing and was able to let Quentin fall in the end zone and put us up 2 touchdowns. It's a good tough play right there by everybody.
All right. PAT is good by John Tate. Almost got blocked there, but it is good.
So we have another Cornerstone home lending touchdown. Now makes the score 14-0. Your Robinson Senators over the Whitehall Bulldogs. We'll go ahead. We'll talk about Dio a little bit. Contact Dio for all your home lending needs. If you need him, you can text Dio, D-I-O, to 36260. Let Dio and his friends hook you up over there.
All right, like we said, a lot of running going on in this game. Whitehall down now 2 touchdowns with a little over 4 minutes left to go in the game. I wonder if they try and open up the passing game here, just to put points on the board right here before half. They do – no, we get the ball coming out of halftime.
Yep.
So you got to think, they need points. You got to have points to win the football game, especially after the other team has scored. So they may try and open up the playbook a little bit more, get some points here. Because I think if Robinson's able to get a stop, score again, and then get the ball coming out of halftime, score again, this game could get ugly in the second half.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Whitehall. Robinson, you like you said, you want to come out with a big stop, still have 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes left on the clock, 2 timeouts to go, and 2 for 1. Short kick.
A little bit of a pooch right there, but that's the running back that caught it. So he's I was going to say he may make a move and get gone, but who is that with the tackle?
That's number 30. Michael Hayes on a tackle. Good tackle by Michael right there.
Great job in coverage.
On the running back, typically you don't want to kick it to the rest of the athletes on their team, so you're not as worried about kicking to him even though he is your running back.
Yeah, that is Jaden Smith, number 22. That's who gets the handoff over here to this far side. And he gets a little bit to the outside, not much. We'll get out of bounds around the 43-yard line.
Evans Olamy over there on the tackle, number 4. Jamarcus Brown there, and Tank was chasing him. That's when Tank just didn't really have an angle on him and tried to cut him off. But Evans ended up with a tackle, 2nd and 9, or 2nd and 1, as you said, 9-yard gain.
And Jaden Smith there says, "Mr. Broadcaster, I got a little speed. I'm going to get out to the outside."
I'll take the blame on that one.
All right, 2nd and short. Give this to Jaden again. Makes a move. Hits a wall after he gets the first down. I believe that's Ashton Williams. Don't even have to look. With a big hit, he did get the relentless performance training first down, but a good tackle by Ashton there, not letting him get any farther.
He was able to gain a couple of yards on it. It looks like they're going to still run the ball. That's what they've had success doing, chew a little clock, and hopefully they're wanting to score and not let Robinson have enough time left on the clock to do anything else. Kind of the 4-minute drill, as they call it.
Yep. We'll see what they do here. Another give to Jaden in the backfield, and he's going to keep fighting for yards there. I believe that's Julian Campos pulling him back. Give him a gain of 1.
Julian met him. Dylan Hunt was there, and Dylan and Ashton kind of met him together. Ashton kind of knocked Dylan off of him. Dylan just a little – I think he's just kind of shaken up after getting knocked off the tackle by his own player.
Yeah, that's, Dylan Hunt and Ashton Williams are two guys that as a running back, I would not want to see in the hole when I'm running through it. So I can only imagine them two hitting each other. Noah drops back to pass. Just going to get away.
Oh.
Is that ball going to be caught? No, it's going to be incomplete.
That would have been a very impressive catch. A flag comes in late. Wonder if it's a holding.
Yeah, it looks like it's in the area of holding.
But that was number 2, Braden Bell for Whitehall, and that would have been an impressive catch. He laid out for it. I think when he landed, I think he catches it initially.
Yep.
When he lands it, he has no way to protect the ball, and I think it comes out then. Yeah, going to get a hold on Whitehall.
I think number 2 there, Braden Bell, was the one that had the kind of diving catch earlier in the game over around the 30 on that side. He's got good hands, can make a quarterback look good. Go back, dive for the ball, catch it. That time didn't catch it.
Now it's 2nd and over 20, and they've not had much success throwing the ball. They've not been able to protect their quarterback yet, so you expect to see a little bit of pressure here again.
We're going to try a little screen play. And Tank Reese is all over it.
Yeah, everybody there. It's Tank Reese makes the tackle, but I think as much – I'm trying to see who it was out there. It may have been Ashton. Whoever that receiver was blocking. Now, Brandon Grill, coming over late. He was blocking Brandon, but Brandon he didn't let the receiver get outside. He set the edge and allows Tank to be able to make that play coming from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, this is a really well-coached defense. A lot of the, technique plays end up turning into huge plays. Oh, we're going to drop back. He's got pressure back there. Okay, chasing him down.
Malik gets the sack. There's a flag. I'm sure it's going to be a holding, but if it is a holding, I'm sure Coach is going to decline that. Malik does get the sack.
See it. That is another holding on the Whitehall offensive line. Okene getting back there. Got back there quick, getting the sack.
Yeah, this is, they've ran a lot of stunts out of that forefront this year, even though, those outside guys don't have their hand in the dirt. But they've ran a lot of D-line stunts. That was another one that Malik came over behind the 3 technique and essentially comes unblocked and chases down the quarterback for the sack.
All right, a new D lineman ran in there late for the Senators. It's number 60, Lucas Chance. Ran in there. I don't think we've called his name yet this year.
No, I don't remember. It doesn't sound familiar. But we do have the punt formation out for Whitehall. Brandon Grill and Chase Nichols back to return.
Let's see if they can get one that's returnable. I think they can have a little success returning the punt here.
If they can catch it. All right, you got a chance now.
Well, they're both going to fight for it. Chase, is going to take it. He's going to try and get outside. Nobody blocking for him. And a host of Bulldogs is going to get him tackled right at the 40-yard line. He looks a little shaken up. I think the helmet was on awkward and he took it off. Maybe a little frustrated that he couldn't get outside and get a good punt return there. But
yeah, he gets a yard and then he runs into about 3 Bulldogs.
Yeah.
There, so he didn't really have anywhere to go.
Well, I've kind of noticed the thing that their punter does is he kind of looks up, holds it a little bit, and then punts it. So he may be by design letting his punt team get down there in coverage.
That's one of those things, especially because we don't send a lot of pressure to go try and block a punt. So as a coaching staff, if you see that the team you're playing doesn't really send pressure to the punter, teach him to hold it a couple seconds and let his punt team get down there to make a play.
We're going to go empty here, and Quentin's going to take it and run. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
The ball is out, and I think Whitehall jumped on it.
He ran right into 21, Marshawn Jordan, and it did. I didn't see who picked it up, but, yeah, Whitehall did get it. The big play by 21. I mean, and that's so far for Whitehall, 21's been their most impressive player, Marshawn, on defense. He's come up with some plays, forces a fumble there. So now we got 1:59 left. First time Whitehall's been on this side of the 50 in a while.
Yeah, in a while. They get the big turnover that they need. Let's see if they can get points here now, right here before halftime. Looks like we're going to have timeout Robinson. Coaches want to talk about it real quick.
That's one of those, a lot of times you see the shot play after a turnover. So I think that's just – there's under 2 minutes left. They're like, there's no reason to hang on to these timeouts anymore. We figure if we do get the ball back, there won't be a lot of time left. So make sure we talk to our defense. Make sure they're ready for what you expect after a turnover, and don't let one big play, mess up the rest of the half.
Yeah, get all the momentum going their way right here before half, like you said. And if this defense has shown us anything this year, it's that they won't let that happen. So, I think they'll be ready.
They have stepped up on numerous occasions whenever they've had to. Wouldn't expect to see anything less. From the likes of Dylan Hunt, Ashton Williams, Brandon Grill, Evans Olamy, Gabriel Bonner, Chase Nichols, just everybody out there, Campos.
Yeah.
Had so many names. It's come up with so many big plays and at big-time moments on this defense.
Let's see here. They run that stunt again. Dylan Hunt gets through. Campos also gets through. He's able to shake both of them. It was almost a block in the back there. I think he just didn't block him just enough. Coaches are going insane wanting to block in the boot, to really.
I agree. You saw him put his hands there, but I think that was it. I don't think it was anything. But, hey, as a coach, you got to stay in that ear. Maybe you'll get it next time. But I agree. I don't think it was anything that, changed the outcome of the play. I think he just touched him. He really patted him on the back. But either way, it's a loss of 2.
Yep, they still do get the sack on the play there. I didn't see who, I was waiting on the flag to be thrown. Didn't see.
Tank Reese.
Tank Reese.
Kind of pushed him out of bounds, yep.
Get in the backfield again. No, he's going to.
Oh, that's going to be, should be a flag. He threw his hat. Yep, there it is. It's going to be illegal participation. Number 15, I think, for Whitehall, stepped out of bounds. Once he came back in, he was the first guy to touch the ball. So illegal touching, so it should back him up from where it was caught. That's another, and I'm telling you, I don't know how many weird rules I've seen this year. We've talked about a few. But that's another one. You don't see that one too often, but it's one of those where when the receiver steps out of bounds, if he comes back in and he's the first guy to touch the ball, you can't do that. It gives yourself a little advantage. So going to have an illegal touching. Oh. Okay, so he waved it off like it was no penalty, but I don't think that was the case. He just said it was declined.
Ryan Mallett wants an explanation over there as to what happened.
But they're moving this. I need an explanation,
yeah,
too.
This is going to be just like last week, another one of those times where we're all a little puzzled.
Well, they moved the sticks. I don't know. Incomplete pass. So I guess they said it was incomplete, I guess.
Maybe he.
Was he still out of bounds when he caught it, maybe?
I guess. I don't know. That's why I wish in high school sometimes these refs were more mic'd up and could tell us what happened. Ref still over there with the chain crew.
I don't know. I heard the PA guy said that it was incomplete, so maybe I missed a signal. But they've got to try and fix the sticks. That's the thing about the sticks moved before they were supposed to. But I think it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. So I guess it was an incomplete pass. That's why Coach Escola declined it.
Drop back again. He's got guys in his face. Oh, and he had the guy just behind Ashton there. But I think all the pressure they're getting is making it hard for him to throw that football tonight.
He had number 2, Braden Bell, there open. But you got 2 guys in your face, it's hard to throw that ball.
Especially on the run like it's had been. Looks like, Whitehall's going to punt it again. So
minute 31 left in the half, so there's a little bit of time at least to get in field goal range with the kicker we've got.
Oh, yeah. And you don't have to go very far to get into range. And, you know, they took that one shot with Chase Nichols earlier. I'd like to see him come back to that, get these receivers, especially in one-on-one coverage. It didn't look that first time they threw it, didn't look like they had a safety help over there.
No, they were one-on-one.
So if they come back out in that, I'd like to take a shot. I think
You
we
might
could
have some room here. Yeah, you'll get out there, ain't?
And he will, yep. Hold on to the ball now, blow the whistle.
Had a little bit of room. I think if he keeps it. Oh, now we got a late flag. There was a big group. I couldn't tell. Typically, that's a personal foul.
Yeah, I don't think there was really any pushing or shoving. I think it may have just been words said.
That ref over on that side was very animated with the flag throw. So
Yeah, he was that.
he saw something. I can tell you that.
And I think on that punt though, I think Burrell didn't know he was back there so quick. He may have been able to block that punt.
Yeah. So let's see who this goes against. I assume it's personal foul with how late it was coming in.
May call offsetting on both sides and keep it where it's at.
Coach Mallett's telling them that it's against us. We'll see. Yep. He was right. Don't know what number it was. I couldn't see anything from our viewpoint. Maybe you can on your screen, but I have no idea.
And I was watching the pile. I didn't see really anything, worthy of a flag that was outside of the football realm. But like you said, the ref was very animated with the ball or with the flag toss. So he
saw something.
In which, it was a big pile. Maybe somebody in the pile,
It's just weird. Usually in that case, if you have something like that, typically you have a little bit of extra pushing and shoving afterwards. But everybody split up like normal, like nothing happened.
And there was no, dragging a player away while there was none of that. So
I don't know. Just a weird.
All right, now they do kind of have some safety, a little safety help. Murphy is going to drop back, throw it quick to the outside, get out of bounds. There you go. That is Chase Nichols on the reception there on that far side.
Does good getting out of bounds. Gets about, where are they going to spot it? That's 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Only took a few seconds off the clock. If you can get 7 yards each time and only take 3 seconds off, we'll be down there in no time.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That pass was so quick, and he got out of bounds. He even ran a little bit before getting out of bounds, and it only took a couple of seconds. And they go right back to him.
No, don't stay out there.
He is going to get out of bounds.
He tried to come back inside. Hey, just do exactly what you did last time.
Yeah, just that same thing all the way down the field and let Tate go put it through the uprights. Take a 17-0 lead going into half.
Brings up a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and short.
But they made nickel and dime it, and I like the big shot plays. I want one to happen. They made nickel and dime it, and then the DBs come up, take that shot. Bonner, Grill.
That's the thing. My defensive coordinator last year said, we'll play off a little bit, let them get the 4 yards. He said because offensive coordinators aren't patient enough to nickel and dime it down the field.
Yeah, I'm an offensive-minded coach. He's going to throw it out to Grill over here. He does get out of bounds again, but
I think he went backwards, though.
Yep, he did. That's going to bring up 4th and 4 here.
This is a punt situation for Coach Escola. Doesn't do it often. 4th and 4, a minute left in the half, though. You're punting that away, make it tough on them to get close enough to score. Bring John Tate back in.
All right, now let's see if he can flip the field really well as a sophomore. He's probably going to end up kicking it from about the 10-yard line after he takes the steps, maybe the 11.
Oh, look, we can get it offsides. We can get a first down.
Are we?
Yeah, number 24, I believe, for Whitehall jumped off early, and that's going to be 5 yards. That's going to be a relentless performance training first down off your penalty.
And you'll love to see that. Give that ball right back with exactly 1 minute left to go before half. Get back to nickel and diming it.
I don't know. They didn't freeze check him or anything. I think that was a kid. They had 10 guys up on the line. It looked like to me they were coming to try and block it. And I think he just got a little bit too excited and took one step too early and was offsides.
All right, Murphy's going to drop back. He is going to take a shot here. He's got Nichols down there. That was the intended receiver.
Nichols,
so they do take the shot there.
Out of the break, it kind of looks like he flattened that route off more than Quentin thought he was going to, and that's kind of where you got the overthrow. He had to readjust his route after the ball was thrown and get more vertical. So maybe just a little miscommunication there.
Well, like you said, OCs are impatient. I'm an impatient offensive coach, and I want him to keep taking that shot play. Nichols has shown he can get behind the DB, take advantage of it. Now we go five wide, and Quentin Murphy's just going to take it, and he's got room up the middle. Can't make that last guy miss there, but he is going to get a relentless performance training first down to about the 42-yard line.
We got 48 seconds. The clock will stop briefly to reset the ball, and then they'll start it back. So, only going to let a few seconds tick off here.
All right, he's going to look. He's going to take another shot. This time he's got to connect. Oh, and a great play there by the DB. I think Nichols may have jumped a hair too early.
It's 24 on the coverage. Chauncey Hayes, number 1, obviously Chase Nichols, the intended receiver. But, Quentin put a little bit of extra air underneath that one. Chase had to slow down a little bit and give that D-back just a little bit of time to get there and get his hand in there. But good play by the defensive back. Brings up 2nd and 10, but it also does stop the clock for the Senators.
All right, Nichols came off. I didn't see who went in for him. There you go. Get it over here to Gabriel Bonner.
Good catch by Gabe Bonner. Gets out of bounds. Good strong hands right there by Bonner.
I believe that is number 16, Kanan Bell, that came in over there on the far side.
Yep. Kanan's over there, and also Jaden Dotson's over there. I don't know which one was already in, but we've seen both of them really from time to time, especially in this empty, 5-receiver set.
So let's see. They've got Bonner over here
alone.
Low snap. He's going to throw it out to Grill there. Grill makes the catch, I believe.
It's the first. He looks like he's going to get the first down, so you'll get the clock stopped for just a second. There are 25 seconds on the clock. See if they call a play real quick here.
And they're about, what would you say, 10, 15 yards away from getting in range?
They probably need to get it to the 25 or 30 for them to feel pretty comfortable about it. Oh, he's got Bonner coming up.
That's going to be pass interference there. The ball was a little underthrown, and that may have been a good thing for the Senators there, getting that. Gabe had to come back a little bit for it, allowing that DB to catch up, and you're going to get the pass interference here.
And we've said it from time to time. If you throw it deep and you can't, if you underthrow it a little bit, odds are you're going to get a PI in high school football. So now we've got 13 seconds left. It got us down to that 20. Nope, they were all a little bit too up. The 32.5-yard line. Yep. So getting close to Tate's range. Don't know if you're there quite yet.
Going to drop back, and he's going to have to take off running again. Yeah, he may have gotten it away. Nope, they're going to call him down. That's going to let the clock run. And we're going to have I think we're just going to take it to half. Or we have a timeout?
We do. He's trying to call it. There's going to be – they'll put more time on the clock. They'll put more time. It's down to a second, but I looked at it after he was down, and I think we were at least at 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. So they're going to call him down before he threw the football. Get the timeout. Now let's get the clock situation here. Because you may have one more time.
And here's the thing. So they got 8 seconds back on the clock, but I don't know how close you are to John Tate's range. No timeouts left. I think this is your last play, so it just depends. Does he want to try and kick it, or is he just going to try and throw it deep into the end zone? Because he loses about a yard on the sack.
Well, 8 seconds may be enough time if you can get your receiver, get another out route and get him out of bounds.
Yeah, I think you try and throw it to the right here. We're a little bit closer to the right side of the field, make it a little bit of a shorter throw.
But that receiver's got to know as soon as he catches the ball, straight to the sideline. Don't try and make a move on anybody. Get straight to the sideline.
Yeah, because right now it would be right at a 50-yard field goal, and I just don't know that that's anything you want to try yet.
Tate may be over there like, let me do it, Coach. Come on.
Coach, I got it.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen is, well, I'm not going to go that far, but he could miss it.
Flashbacks to Alabama-Auburn.
Yep. No, and he's going to fall down. That's going to do it.
That'll do it for the half. Yep,
Yeah, they were going to try and do the little out route there, but Gabe falls down on the catch, and that's going to take us to halftime.
So that'll be your half with the Senators up 14-0 over the Whitehall Bulldogs. So, that'll we'll please join us after the break. We're going to have the band perform here. I believe they're getting set up, so we'll watch that. And then after the band performs, we'll come back from the Ackles Carpet One halftime show.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less. they're up 15-6 and onside kicking. I said, welcome to PA football. Still gonna do it. Yeah.
How about a big hand for the Whitehall High School Bulldog Marching Band. Couple of announcements.
All right, welcome back, Senator fans, to Robinson Senator Sports Network, brought to you by the Natural State Sports Network and our Ackles Carpet One Floor and Home halftime show. I always think I can remember it, and then I never remember it, so I got to look back at it. But had a great performance by both bands tonight, by your Robinson Senator band and by the Whitehall Bulldogs band, and they really took us right up to the end of halftime. They just reset the clock to our 3-minute warm-up time for the team, so don't have a ton of time here to spend on the halftime show, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you some scores that we've seen from around the PCSSD and the games that we looked at. And then I will say before I forget, because I will probably say it wrong a couple times during the game, but at halftime we have a chance to look at some of our comments, and I saw that we've been saying Brandon Grile's last name wrong, and apparently it's GR and then IL, so Brandon Grile. We'll try and make sure we get that right for y'all now on. Please bear with us if we forget a couple times. We'll do our best to remember and see if we can't get everybody's names pronounced correctly. So right now we'll go ahead. Your Robinson Senators, as you know, are up 14-0 right now at half over the Whitehall Bulldogs. Some of our other games around the PCSSD Sports Networks. Maumelle at Valonia. Maumelle is up 21-14 at halftime at Valonia. Mills at Marlton are both knotted up at 14 at halftime. And then Sylvan Hills at Marion. I saw that score a little earlier. I couldn't pull it up. I don't know if they're having some issues on their end, but I think the last I saw going into halftime was Sylvan Hills 13, Marion 14. So all of our games around PCSSD look to be close games tonight. Ours is we've got the biggest distance between teams here at Robinson, but it is just 2 scores. So a lot of good games going on at PCSSD tonight. And I'll update the score on the 2 games we wanted to watch right now. So Fearless Friday has the Bryant Hornets up 17-7 Rock at halftime. Go ahead and take a real quick break before we start back. So thanks for joining us for the Ackles halftime show. When we get back after our break, it'll be time for your second half kickoff.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
Really? All right, welcome back, and we're here for your second half kickoff. Whitehall Bulldogs kicking off to your Robinson Senators. Again, thank you for joining us for the Ackles Carpet One Floor and Home halftime show. Looks like Brandon Grile, so he almost did it again on the return. Gets it down to about the 30, and he's got a little bit of room. He's able to get it down to about the 32-yard line. Got some pretty good blocking there, so Brandon Grile on the return.
All right, pretty good little return there. And we do appreciate the commenters always letting us know, some of these names, some of us just take a shot in the dark at them, and you guys correct us and let us know. As long as we don't have a big mess up like I did a couple weeks ago where I was calling Quentin Murphy QJ, I think we'll be all right.
We don't have those anymore, So, but we get to look at the comments every once in a while up here. So if you tell us, we'll do our best to see it and make those adjustments as needed.
All right, taking the ball here. It was at the 31-yard line. Gonna throw a quick screen. And that's going to be met. The play was kind of dead from the start.
It was supposed to be a little bit quicker, but, Malik kind of ran in front of Quentin there to kind of give the play fake, and I think the ball might have hit Malik's hip, and Quentin had to re-grab it to re-throw it, so it gave Whitehall a little bit of time to get there. That's one of those that's really big on timing, but 21 for Whitehall. I think that's Marshawn Jordan again, but he came up limping a little bit. That's been their best defensive player right now, and he doesn't look too comfortable out there walking on the field. So hopefully he's okay, but he has been their best defensive player so far tonight.
Yeah, that's a very noticeable limp he's got going on there. See if we can take advantage of that. Murphy going to keep it. We do got a flag. May have been a false start. They blow the play dead. We have a negative play, and then you have a penalty. It's not a good start right here for the Senators coming out of halftime.
Back you up to about 2nd and 17 or so. 16, I think.
All right, the far side receiver is going to be singled up. And they're going to run quads to the near side. Let's see if we see QB power again like they have.
The box looks better than it did last time we ran quad.
That is true. They're going to throw it. Looks at the near side. A little
move.
He's got him. Just a bit overthrown. The double move worked to perfection there. Just a bit overthrown.
That was a great double move by Gabe Bonner over there. And, I mean, it was right. It was probably a centimeter from his fingertips being able to pull it in.
And I will say, I've loved the shot plays. I love that they're taking shots here. Really trying to take this game over. Two-score game, you're still in it. Make it a three-score game or more. That's when Whitehall's really going to start to panic a little bit. All right. Going to take another shot here. Throws it over the middle. I think it was rather good coverage there by – was that number 21?
I don't know. That was passing. It looked like Gabe Bonner got hit before the ball was even past him. And I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Kind of.
I know you teach your linebackers to pick guys off coming across, but he was 10 yards downfield, and it looked like he essentially got tackled. It wasn't a tackle where you take him to the ground, but he hit him hard enough for it to be a tackle. I'm not a big fan of that one.
And I just realized he was 10 yards. I thought he was still in that 5. I was looking at the wrong stick there. Yeah, may have gotten away with one there.
And I coached inside linebackers, and you teach it, but you don't teach it that deep.
So he gets the ball away. Good punt. See if we can get a good bounce here. It's going to take a Whitehall bounce. There, we got somebody to stop it there. Number 29 getting down there.
I tell you, it was about an inch from touching number 15's arm for Whitehall.
That would have been a big momentum play there if they can get that muff punt and get it turned over. I believe that was 29 Caleb Dossett down there grounding the ball. Good job by him stretching the arm out.
I'm going to say, I think that might be pronounced Doucette.
Doucette. Somebody will yell at me in the comments. That's all right.
One of us is wrong, or both.
Yeah. There's no telling.
Yeah, there's no telling. But like we said, we try and get it right. If we get it wrong, please let us know, and we'll do our best to get it right the next time.
Right, especially, I know some of these kids got families watching and everything, want the names pronounced correctly. We got a flag here. Sticks haven't moved yet.
They both threw it. You're going to assume it's a holding probably on the routine.
There was a holding on Whitehall, so that's going to back them up.
There was a holding and a personal foul. Look, and I don't think Whitehall's coaches even realized they threw flags because they just broke the huddle and called a play.
And Mallett's over there not having a good time.
He had called a play. The offense was on the ball. They were about ready to snap it, and you got 3 refs down here at the other 40 calling penalties. Uh-oh. Mallett might throw his call sheet.
He ain't happy. Got to be a little intimidating over there. Mallett's a bigger guy.
He is an intimidating presence, to say the least.
Over there yelling at you. All right, 1st and 10 for the Whitehall Bulldogs. Going to drop back, empty set. QB is just going to have to take off again. And I think that's going to be a sack there for –
it's Mr. Julian Campos kind of gets the first hand on him, and then 50 Jacob Patton comes in to clean it up.
All right, so the D-line shining early. I think they gave him the line of scrimmage. They did.
He gave him the line of scrimmage. Look, if I'm the scorekeeper, I'm giving him a sack.
Yeah. If I'm the stats guy.
It's 2nd and 10.1, so there's a loss of yardage there.
And every time they've had that empty set, the QB's, I don't know if it's a draw play or not, but up to 22, Jaden Smith, and he's going to get a couple yards here up to like the 33-yard line.
Evans Olamy there, first one there to make contact for the tackle.
So sticking to their guns and running the football. 21 coming out. That's the player you keyed on earlier. Looks like he's still limping.
He feels a little better, but he was on that punt return. He was kind of more so grabbing a hamstring than he was. Yeah, it's that right hamstring that's giving him some issues.
Maybe a little cramping situation going on.
I don't know if it's even a cramp. I don't know if he kind of pulled it a little bit with how he's been acting.
All right. Going to try and throw it. Underthrown and incomplete. That's going to bring up fourth and about 6, 7, 6. 1, 2,
yeah, I
5.
think it's about 5. But Evans Olamy again on the coverage. Quarterback kind of threw it outside. There was a little bit of room there for the receiver, but quarterback threw it outside of him, and I think he broke the route inside and, just wasn't able to get hooked up there. It was going to have to be a really good ball, though, because Evans was in good position for sure. He had more of a chance at where the ball was at than the receiver did.
All right. There we go. Defense back out there. Let's see if they can get another stop. They are going to punt it on fourth down, so they did get the stop. Low line drive punt. Get away from it.
Oh,
that's going to go out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
27-yard line. But those are the punts. Those are scary because we got two guys there blocking the gunner, and the ball it's not kicked far enough that it lands right next to your two blockers, and they don't realize it's coming because their backs are turned to it. But it didn't touch us. That's why, I said in all my years coaching, don't even return a punt. Play defense and let the ball – the most nervous I've been, unless obviously it's a play like last week, whenever it's a play to win the game. The most nervous I am on just a regular play in football as a coach was punt returns.
Yeah, because it's a scary thing. You're going to hand it off. And
good little hole there for Malik.
He's going to get about 7 on the play there, Okene. That's another name that if anybody can help us with. I think you told me last week it was Okene.
We asked at the Marlton game, Coach Escola, I believe, he told us how to say it correctly, and I think he said Okene, but I think I forgot as soon as he told me too.
All right, they're going to run. Quentin Murphy's going to keep it. He had a little seam, still fighting for yards there. Big 77 pushing him. They're going to give him the first down here. Relentless performance training, first down. That's big 77. Tanner Drew, I believe, pushing Quentin Murphy forward to get that first down.
Helping his quarterback get those extra yardage needed.
As a former lineman, I love to see linemen that do that. Get down there and push the pile. Don't let them get stood up and stopped. Anything can happen when they get stopped. Get the ball pulled out, anything like that. Quentin's going to roll out. He's just going to throw it out of bounds. They're probably a smart play there. He didn't really have room to run it, and looked like they had a little bit better coverage on Bonner over there on that far side.
He had an option with, and he was just kind of running a go route, but corner number 24 for Whitehall bailed immediately.
Yep.
And he wasn't. I don't even know that he ever got in a back pedal. He just kind of turned his hips and ran. It's a lot harder to overtake a guy if he turns and runs with you at the snap.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. He's going to get sacked there, and that play kind of just a slower developing play. I believe that's number 12 for Whitehall, Drew Reese on the sack there.
Yeah, it's one of those as you get. Oh, Quentin Murphy's slow to get up, but as you get older at quarterback, and you see that because they showed blitz early.
Yep.
They had 3 linebackers walked up. It really looked like they were showing blitz. It's as a quarterback, you'll see that. As you get a little older, get a little bit more experience, and you got to figure out where your height's at immediately so you can get it out of your hands as soon as the ball snapped and at least get some positive yardage. That's something that comes with time, though.
Yep. Trips to the far side, get the snap. Looking for a screenplay here to Okene, and he's got room. Can he make a man miss? Makes a couple guys miss. He's going to get the first down. He's going to get the first down on 3rd and 15. Okene gets the screen play, takes it back across the middle, makes a few guys miss, and gets the first down.
That's the best run I've seen all night, Malik. And he made some cuts there that didn't even look like cuts. They were just like little half-step cuts that made some of those Whitehall defenders look like they were sliding past him and diving on the ground. Really good run.
Yeah, relentless performance training first down there. Now let's take that momentum and put it in the end zone. Going to take another deep shot.
Oh.
Evades the play, and then he's just going to get rid of it. Good job there to get rid of it and not take the sack.
Yeah, you had Brandon Growl over there, pretty close to the ball, close enough for them to say he was the intended receiver. 12 was coming off the edge free again, and Quentin felt it that time. It's tough whenever he's coming off that right edge because that's your blind side. That's why, the second highest paid offensive player in the NFL is that left tackle most of the time, and there's a reason for that. You can't see him coming, but Quentin sensed it that time. He was able to drop his shoulders a little bit and get out of that sack, possible sack.
All right, so 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Going to hand it off. And number 13 there with a big-time hit, Aiden McCann. He get a gain of about 1, 3rd and 9, but he scraped the blocker and made a big-time hit right there in the backfield. Or excuse me, right there just a little far past the line of scrimmage. Whitehall's defense hasn't played awful tonight.
They've looked pretty good. They like that 3 front. Oh, there's probably a false start.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start. Back them up even more. Offense rather getting a little frustrated. See Quentin Murphy, hit his helmet a little bit.
Whitehall's defense is feeding off of it. That's something that whenever they get back to the sideline, coaches are really going to talk to them. You may be frustrated. You can't show it. Don't give the defense any other reason to get ready to go. Just play the next play.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and 15. Let's see another little screenplay go here for 17 yards. He's going to throw it. Had Dylan Hunt there, overthrew him, was double covered. That's going to bring up 4th and 15, and I think the punt team's coming on.
Yeah, Dylan had a little bit of room there, but that's one of those that would have had to been a perfect ball put right on him for him to have a chance to catch it. But what Whitehall's been really successful at is they send a lot of pressure with their linebackers and stuff. They're a 3 front, but they're bringing 5 guys at least every play, and that's just something that you want to catch them in the right blitz whenever you call certain plays.
All right, Tate gets it away. Rather good punt. See if he can get a good bounce. And it's just going to go straight out of bounds right about the 23-yard line. All right, so far a little bit of a stalemate here by both offenses. Penalties and stopping both drives. See if this defense can get another turnover, get that momentum going again.
Yeah, Whitehall, you can tell Whitehall, they're starting to feel it a little bit better, starting to try and get back into this game. So this is, like you said, it's a really big possession for the defense.
Yeah. And we're already almost under 5 minutes, or just under 6 minutes, rather, in the third quarter. Another fast-moving game here. Both teams wanting to run the ball.
Oh, Dylan Hunt was there.
Yeah, and he's going to get outside, but he's still getting outside, making men miss. He's going to get
a really late flag back at the 20. I'm sure that's you always assume that's going to be a holding. Partially, a lot of the reason is because Dylan Hunt got that early penetration. Running back kind of had to bend it or bow it out, makes those receivers have to stick on their blocks long. As long as those D-backs, you got Gabe Bonner over there, probably was the guy that caused the holding. If that receiver was the one that held, because, he's fighting hard to get off the block, and you get those hands in there and you grab a hold of them.
All right, so that's going to back them up. 1st and 20 here. They're going to run the ball again. He's going to get about 6-7 yards on that play, maybe even more. But the good thing is when it's 1st and 20, you can get, a good 6-7 yard run and still 2nd and a mile. So
still be in a good spot defensively.
Looks like they got Chase Sweet in there on the D-line. Trying to recognize some of these newer numbers that we maybe haven't seen a whole lot. And he's going to take a shot play of his own. And they may throw the flag. They're going to throw it. Yep. There's good coverage over there by Gabriel Bonner, and he may have pushed him just a little too early.
And I think, the thing about it is, as a defensive back, when that ball's coming, you kind of start to feel a little bit of panic.
Yep.
if you think you're out of position. The thing about Gabe is he was in phase. He was right where he's supposed to be. So in that case, that's one of the ones where you really want them to get their head around so they can see it. Now, again, in Arkansas, it's not illegal to face guard. They don't have to get their head around anymore. But if they even touch them in the slightest, they're going to throw that flag. So that's one where you just realize you're in phase, get your head around, and locate that ball and get a hand on it, because he was right where he's supposed to be.
All right, so following the penalty, they're going to throw it again. That's a big hit by Ashton Williams right there at the line of scrimmage. Man, he just comes in there with that head down, hits you with that shoulder, and pile drives you into the ground. I haven't really called his name a whole lot tonight. You'd think in a game where the Whitehall's running the ball a lot, he'd be making all kinds of stops. But when he has made a stop, it's been a pretty big hit.
The ball carrier feels it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Let's see. There we go. There's another big sack. Is that LaFonza Burrell getting back there with the big sack, holding them up. Others come in, and this D-line's playing pretty good tonight.
To me, that was a legitimate, zone read for the quarterback, and I think he just made the wrong decision.
Yep.
LaFonza was screaming off the edge right at the mesh, but he also played it really well. When you're in that situation as a DN, if you've got the quarterback attack that mesh where he's handing it off.
Your QB power to the far side, and he's going to stop and throw it.
Evans is there. Oh.
It's going to be incomplete. He had his head turned around. Really a great play by both of them, the receiver and Evans Olemi there.
Evans turned around, and he, I thought he had a chance to pick it off as much as that. That was actually 22, the running back. I don't know if he started in the backfield, but he's been playing running back. But good. And that's the same thing with Gabe. Earlier, Gabe was in just as good a position as Evans was, just work to get that head around and feel that receiver's hip and get a hand on it and knock it down.
So great job by the defense here, not letting the penalty come back to hurt them. We're going to force another punt by the Bulldogs. I have a feeling we can either block one or get a good return on one of these punts. Nobody back there to block it. Low line drive again. It's going to take a bounce.
Brandon Grile's going to pick it up. He's got some blocking on this left side.
He's going to use that blocking.
Whoa,
that's got to be a late hit.
Yeah.
There it is, the flag. And he took out somebody on the sideline, one of the injured players over here.
I think that might be a ninth grader over there because he's wearing some of their old jerseys. Over there as a ball boy.
Okay, yes, I see him. They're checking on him. I think he's all right.
He's like, Coach, I'm good. I'm good.
Just a little scared right now because a dude came flying at me out of nowhere.
Brandon Grile just ran through me. Not even Brandon's fault, but
yeah, that's on that Whitehall side. That's one of those times where you just got to let him go out of bounds. You can't.
Yeah, that was an obvious. He was 2 steps out of bounds. They're checking on that who I assume is a ninth grader, but they got the trainers over there. I saw him nodding and saying yes, but I like to see. One thing I like to see, and again, I'm assuming it's a ninth grader just because he's in a jersey, one of their old home jerseys. But all these players, all the senior high players coming over and checking on him, making sure he's good. That's that brotherhood in football. Even though they're probably not even in the same grade, but they're all senators, they're all brothers, making sure their guy's okay.
Yeah, definitely. And something like that, you hope that it land on a knee or an ankle or something like that. If that's a ninth grader, that's a big guy, and that's somebody that Coach Escola is looking forward to having in a couple of years.
I think it kind of looks like he's just a little more shook up than anything. So hopefully that's it. He's getting a drink of water, trainers checking on him, but doesn't look like they're looking at any part of his body specifically. So.
All right, and offense back on the field here. Looks like we're back in that kind of wildcat with Brandon Grile Grile, correct?
Grile, yeah.
Grile.
So GR and then like I and then L. So just switch the E and the I, they've said.
All right, then we're going to have to take a timeout.
And like you said, I think that is how you said it that first time you were on with me. And then I guess you succumbed to peer pressure and ended up saying grill.
Had somebody telling me it was pronounced grill, so, it's be like that sometimes.
Yeah, they're coming back out in that power formation that they ran, the majority of the second half last week, and, kind of made us think that something had happened to Quentin. Turns out he was fine. It's just – and we had seen that power formation in a few other games, and
right.
but it's just you don't expect as much to see them come out at halftime, and they stayed in it is the thing. You know, I expected if it was just an adjustment, do it for a little bit, but they did it for a while, but it was working for them, so there's no reason to change it if it's working.
Yeah, I think it's the same case here, just by design, because Quentin Murphy is perfectly fine over there on the sideline.
That's why you do it.
Grile's going to take it. Now we're going to get a flag here.
Call a holding in the middle of that pile. Those are the ones that are tougher. It was probably the backside of the play, and it was just in the middle of the big group.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitehall has a player down. I can't tell. Let's see if I can find a number for him.
It is going to be a holding call on Robinson.
I think it's number 2 for Whitehall that's down.
Hope he's okay. He is down.
Trying to see what they're working on.
Now he's up. Get helped off a little bit over there to the sideline, but I think he's all right. Hope he's all right. You don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Not at all. Looks like it might be a little bit something with his right leg, but it's a mild limp and all, so it looks like he'll be okay. I would expect that we'll probably see him come back in for too long.
All right. Senator staying in with Grile and others in the backfield. Kind of that wildcat power formation. Gonna hand it off to Chase Nichols. He kind of jumped there.
He half jumped over a guy and then got caught while he was jumping.
We're going to have a little late pushing and shoving here with no flag thrown. Crowd saw it and I saw it. I'm not going to point out numbers or anything like that. Y'all saw it at home, but a little late, kind of a punch almost.
A punch push.
Yeah.
You know, Whitehall came out with the ball, and they think they had it. That whistle blew way before they ended up running out with the ball. But, I mean, how many of those did we see last week? I feel like every other play, the other team was running out with the ball.
And that was going both ways. Everybody thought they had us. All right, 2nd and 9 here. Grile's going to take it. Look for that outside. Hey, he squirts through.
Balance.
He squirts through, gets down to about the 21-yard line. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was tackled, 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
You had Chase Nichols out there blocking for him, and he got a good block, but he just kind of more walled the guy rather than get some push. And Brandon Grile kind of tripped on him, but showed some really impressive balance to stay on his feet and gain a lot of yardage there for the first down, for the Relentless Performance Training first down.
And, last week when they came out in this formation, it kind of, they were, 2 or 3 yards, and then Grile finally broke through and ran for quite a ways to score a touchdown. May see the same story here tonight. He's getting through there.
Another 15 yards or so.
Another Relentless Performance Training first down for Brandon Grile. Yeah, that's going to bring up 1st and goal from about what are they, on the 6-7 yard line here? So having some success in this formation.
It's just something that, you got to spend a lot of time on it as the opposing defense in practice, and it's just hard to make sure you got enough people in the right spots.
We're going to have a fumbled snap, but Ashton Williams picks it up. And did he get?
Yeah.
No, they're going to call him the 1 yard line. That was almost a busted play that looked great.
Busted play that turned into a little bit of a fumble-rooski.
Right.
Ashton Williams nearly gets it in.
All right. We're going to have 1:20 and counting. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1 yard line. Let's see if we can punch it in here. Make it a three-score game, excuse me. Yeah, and he's going to get in there easily. Brandon Grile from about 2 yards out for a Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown here, pending the PAT. Your score is going to be 20 Senators, Whitehall 0.
I think Ashton Williams just got himself a personal foul, kind of taunting penalty there. Was looking over at the Whitehall sideline after the touchdown and did some sort of little dance. So going to probably back it up 15 for the extra point.
Coach Escola not going to like that one.
That comes back to me. That comes back to what last possession, whenever our offense was getting a little bit frustrated, and Whitehall's defense was starting to feel it, and they were getting a little talkative. I think it's carried over into that.
Yeah. Ashton Williams maybe sending the message that y'all having your fun, but, you still got to score to win the game. So
it's like they're going to put the 15 yards on the kickoff rather than the extra point.
PAT is up and good. All right, with 1:09 left to go in the third quarter, your score is 21, Senators, Bulldogs 0.
So we're going to get a kickoff from the 25 now because they're going to add that 15 yards to the kickoff. So going to see a return here from the Whitehall Bulldogs. Probably the first. Oh, there's another flag. Didn't see that. Okay. If this is another one against the Senators, you could see a kickoff from. Oh my goodness.
My word.
Oh wait. Okay, that one's going to go both ways, so those will offset.
All right.
So it's still going to be from the 25, but we were about to kick that thing off from the 10-yard line.
And, some of these personal fouls or unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, it's crazy to me to see this many on Robinson alone. Normally the talk's going both ways. So far tonight it's hurting the Senators.
Yeah, we've got, 3 now, and they've just got their 1?
I believe so. At least 3. You kick it off from
25.
25. I think Tate's still got the leg to push it at least close to the end zone.
If we can get it there, returners are standing back on the 20. It'd be great if he could get it over their head and make them have to back up a little bit for it.
That'd be wonderful.
They're backing up some now.
Get a track star over here on as a gunner, go down there and recover it. All right. Great kick by Tate here. That's going to go in the end zone. A wonderful kick by John Tate there from the 25-yard line. I think it landed around the 7-yard line and then rolled the rest of the way into the end zone.
Man, he reared back and he rocketed that one.
Yeah, he did.
Whitehall wishes they had put that on the extra point now.
Yeah, because, now you're getting the ball the same place you would have to begin with.
You wasted 15 yards there.
Yeah, and probably could have saved at least 1 point.
That extra 15 yards on that extra point. We obviously know Tate has the leg, but it's just a little bit different, All
right, Whitehall coming back again on offense here. 1:09 left till the fourth quarter rather. Gonna go kind of empty. Have a little sniffer back there, probably.
Blocking, yep.
He's going to get it to number 1. Tank Reese out there with the stop.
Tell you what, number 1 got his head around, and it was in his hands already.
Yeah, it was.
He almost didn't catch that just because he didn't get turned around fast enough.
But he did make a good catch for about 9 yards.
I think Whitehall's figured out they got to keep an extra guy in to block if they're trying to throw the ball.
Oh, yeah. Now they're going to run the ball 22. Good push by the O-line there and patient running by the running back. And he's going to get relentless performance training first down to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, he got held up early after about a couple yards, but got out of it. I think Evans Olamy's first one there. And Jaden Dotson, helped bring him down.
QB going to run after trying to throw it. LaFonso Burrell was there, and he runs past him. Ashton Williams able to track him down and make the tackle along with Evans Olamy there.
Quarterback showed some good speed right there. We've seen him scramble a little bit, but hadn't really seen him get north and south, but showed a little bit of good speed there once he got out of the pocket.
And they're going to be another relentless performance training first down to about the 42-yard line. Now they're going to take their own shot play.
Evans Olamy's there. Should be clean. Oh, yep.
And great coverage there by Evans Olamy.
You should always hold your breath in high school football. I do it whenever I'm watching Razorbacks on Saturday. You see a deep ball and it's not caught, but they're close to each other. You hold your breath because, you could easily throw a PI on a lot of those passes.
Oh, yeah. All right, 16 to go until the fourth quarter. QB almost fumbles a snap, going to roll out. He's going to have to run. Ashton Williams is there to force him back inside, and who's that? Julian Campos coming, lays the wood on Noah Smith there as he's trying to roll out.
You love seeing that range from a defensive lineman, once the quarterback gets past him, not getting up on the play and chasing down the ball, but that's going bring us to the end of the third quarter here. So we'll be right back with some more Senator football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
A house can be intimidating, whether it's your first house or your 10th house. And at Cornerstone, I feel like it's our job to kind of act as that offensive line for you. We want to help you get that ball to the end zone, so we're going to pave the way for you. And what we want to do is get you to the closing table on time with no stress, so you can do your own little touchdown dance, whatever that may be.
All right, welcome back, football fans, to the fourth quarter of your Senator Robinson. Your Robinson Senators, not your Senator Robinson.
There you go.
Your Robinson Senators against the Whitehall Bulldogs. Robinson's up 21-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. Whitehall, it does have the ball third and about 5, it looks like, on the Senators' 37-yard line. So, big stop right here. I would assume even if they don't get the first down here, they're definitely in 4-down territory, fourth quarter, 3-possession game on your side of the 50. So I think Whitehall has two attempts to get these 5 yards.
Crowd coming alive below us. They are going to run the ball. And he may have gotten the yardage for a first down there. I think he did.
It's number 1 for Whitehall, and that's a James Thornton. And he's got a little bit of speed. He's a little guy, a little quick guy, but whenever he gets going, he's slippery and he's got some speed. But they run the ball on 3rd and 5, and that tells you exactly what we were thinking. It's 4-down territory. You can run the ball there, get a few yards, and then only need a few more. But it does get a relentless performance training first down, 1st and 10 at about the 32-yard line now for Whitehall.
And I'm just checking in on some of these scores real quick. From around the league, a lot of close games. Morrilton up 20-14 over Mills. Bologna and Maumelle tied at 28.
Give it back to Thornton, and he gets north. I'm telling you, he puts his foot in the ground. There's some speed there.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder where he's been all night.
He gets about 8 yards for Whitehall. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3. So I guess he got 7 yards.
Let's see if they keep him in the game and keep going back at him. It's going to be 2nd and about 3 or 4. Under 11 minutes to go in the game.
Got trips left with a running back also to the left of the quarterback.
Gonna run a screen, but no, they're gonna fake the screen, and we got defenders there. Ashton Williams comes through and absolutely demolishes the quarterback. And I knew, some of these drop back passes, the more they tried to pass, the pressure was going to get there, and Ashton Williams comes through and gets a big time hit.
I mean, it's gotten there all night, and they try and call a little, a fake bubble and going to throw the go route behind it. You just don't have time tonight to do that. The Senators are getting too much pressure on you too fast. You don't have time for any of those little double move / bubble and go plays.
A lot of team speed on defense. So that's going to bring up 3rd, and now we're going to have a timeout. Mallett wants to talk to his offense.
Whitehall had 12 guys on the field, and I think Mallett was trying to avoid the penalty. But, that's one thing I went through last year with my defensive coordinator, because multiple times last year, offenses that we've played had 12 guys there, and then they ran a guy off before the snap. And, the rule, from what we understood in college and high school, is if you line up and there's 13 guys on the field, it's an automatic penalty. We were told apparently in high school, as long as you don't snap the ball with or a 12 on the field, you're good.
Wow.
So I think Mallett took that timeout trying to avoid that penalty, but from the way we understood the rule after talking to the refs during those games, as long as they'd have got that 12th guy off before they snapped it, they would have been all right. They got a different quarterback in right now, 20-something. 23.
He's going to drop back to pass.
He's gunning it deep.
We got
Jaden Dotson's there in coverage.
Great coverage there. No flags.
Tell you what, number 5 for Whitehall, he became a defender there. Jaden Dotson had a better shot at the ball than the Whitehall receiver did. I don't know. we hurt? Did we hurt what's his name? Noah?
Noah? I don't know. Ashton Williams laid a pretty good lick on him.
See if I can. No, he's standing over there like he's just fine.
Yeah, over there by the coach. I see him.
I don't know. Maybe they like 23's deep ball a little better.
He's going to stay in there. Big 4th down stop here. Gonna motion the guy out.
10 seconds on the play clock. They're a little confused, it looks like.
Gonna drop back to pass, and he's gonna get sacked again. Who's that? Number 53. We may have got a face mask. I think we're gonna get a face mask. Micah Pennington with the big would-be sack there, but he got the face mask, and I think that's gonna give him a first down, ain't it?
Yeah, those are tough calls with the quarterback dropping his head like that. Like, it's really hard to ask a guy not to grab grab a helmet whenever he ducks like that. But it's going to be 15 from the spot. It will still be 4th down.
Okay.
Because it's 15 from the spot, going to bring up 4th and 8. So it's still a long 4th down attempt. Obviously not as long, but still a tough one.
Well, if we can keep bringing pressure like that when they drop back to pass, 4th and 8, I like our chances.
We'll see who's in it. Noah's back in at quarterback for them, so I don't know what really went on there. They figured out it wasn't working.
Yeah, and got him out because the other QB's helmet was ripped off, so he could have stayed.
Yeah. Empty with that sniffer, presumably for pressure, protection. Oh,
he's going to take a hit. Incomplete. And I almost want to call a little offensive pass interference because 15 kind of slung the guy by him. But
yeah, Caleb Jones was there on the coverage in good position, but when 15 went to come back for the ball, you see Caleb just fly by him.
Yeah.
But it bounced. That ref had a really good angle on it. 15 thought he caught it, but he had a good eye on it there. So good call there by the ref. Going to be a turnover on downs.
And Noah Smith, again, taking a huge hit right before he let go of that football.
Yeah, he can't be feeling great.
All right. Now we see that Grisham in at quarterback.
I think so, yeah. They were talking, coaches were over here talking to Quentin a little bit.
Going to get offsides here.
And I think he's just kind of a little, a little nicked up. I don't know that he's hurt, but I think coaches – I saw him talking. They were probably telling him you're gonna be done the rest of the day. Got a 3-possession lead, 9 minutes left. Kind of keep you healthy, and hopefully they can just run out the clock here. I think is kind of what they're hoping to do.
Yeah, especially this late in the year, getting ready for playoffs. You got to have everybody healthy.
Good cut. Oh,
hands off to Okene, and he may be gone to the races. He's got one man to beat. He's gonna be close. That's got to be a horse collar, but he may be in the end zone.
Even if they don't throw the flag, it's not going to matter because you're at the inch line.
Yeah, how do you not call that a touchdown? You're way behind it, but I'll take it down to the 1 inch line again. A great run there by Malik Okene.
And his cuts, they're just like 1 foot in the ground real quick. It's not a big jump cut or anything. He just makes enough an adjustment to make a guy miss.
All right, here we go. 1st and goal. Give it to Okene again. He's in the end zone. All right, Senators, a quick couple of play drive here. We take it right down the field to make your score 27 Senators, Bulldogs 0 with 9:03 left to go in the game. John Tate on to kick the extra point. And I think Malik will argue that he got in the end zone on that play just to kind of save the average a little bit, but
that's true. That 1 yard run kind of messes with that per carry, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. And, a 60, 50-yard run looks a lot better than a 1 yard run.
Yeah, it's offset by the long one before it.
All right, PAT is good. So with 9:03 left to go in the game, your Senators have made the score 28-0 over the Whitehall Bulldogs. And you got to think it's starting to get over there on that Whitehall sideline. They're a little upset, a little frustrated. Now's the time for the defense to pounce even more than they have. Put this game away.
I don't know. You might have said it, but I want to make sure we touch on both because that was a relentless performance training 1st down since he did get stopped at the 1. And then also had a Cornerstone home lending touchdown right after that play. I don't know if we said them all, but in all the excitement, it's especially easy to miss that 1st down whenever you thought maybe he scored. So make sure we thank both of our sponsors there.
Yeah, 100%. Because I don't think I said him, so it's good that you got him in there. Big thanks.
John Tate gets to kick from the 40 this time. It feels like he probably feels like it's a chip shot now to the end zone if he can kick it like he did the last one.
Get out the sand wedge instead of the driver here. See if he can put it in the end zone. They have a player in the end zone. Can't return it from there.
If you catch it there, it's too late.
And he does get a good high kick. That's going to land about the 3-yard line. He's going to take it up and run. I think that's number 1. And he's just going to be met by 3 or 4 guys there. Who do we got? Number 34 in there. It's KJ Kelly.
Tank Reese was in there. 27 was in there.
Caleb Jones.
And 11, Jordan Warren. So he had a bunch of guys in there. But that's one, it was down to the 3, but you said it from the kick. He kicked it really high.
Yep.
So that gives all those, your kickoff team time to get down there. And they actually, it's a net loss for Whitehall because they actually get it to the 19. So really they lose 1 yard off of that if they would have let it go in the end zone.
Yeah, great job by the kickoff team getting down there in coverage. All right, Smith back in at quarterback, hands it off to number 22. Got a little bit of seam over there on the outside and it's absolutely stopped after a gain of about 5 on the play.
Gets the brakes put on for him.
Number 22 is Jaden Smith. I don't remember his name here the rest of the way.
Looks like Robinson's going to have a guy down. Looks like he's just stretching himself out. I'll get a number 54.
Julian Campos, yep.
I think it was his calves. He was sitting on – they were calling for a trainer, but looked like he was just kind of trying to stretch his calves or something a little bit. But that's going to bring 60 on the field to replace Julian Lucas Chance.
All right. 2nd and about 5 here for Whitehall. 8:27 and counting left to go in the game. See if that defense can get some more stops. They're going to give it to Jaden Smith again, and we got guys out there. I think it was Ian Dietz maybe that stopped it first.
It's either 20, so LaFonza Burrell,
LaFonza
Burrell. It was a 20 or a 40.
I think it was a 20.
LaFonza kind of got first contact. You had Dylan Hunt chasing him down from behind. Ashton Williams in there as well. There's a couple of new guys out there. 29, I think, for your Senators. Caleb Doucette again, number 8. Brandon Withers, number 30. Michael Hayes, 29. I already said that. Caleb Doucette. Say it again.
All right, Smith drops back to pass. A little bit better protection here. He's going to take another deep shot. And they're going to get a pass interference flag here.
They're going to call it on Jamarcus Brown, but he was running with him the whole time. He was looking for the ball. Guess they're going to say he was pushing him a little bit off his spot.
Yeah,
I
guess, the argument can be made the receiver was trying to get back inside, more in towards the middle of the field there, and he didn't let him. I don't know.
Your argument defensively is why does he got to move for him?
Yeah, why does he got to let him get in there?
If he's in position, he doesn't have to get out of his way.
Yeah, that's one of those calls, kind of who you going for. Which team are you a fan of?
If you were a Whitehall fan, man, that was definitely. Whitehall's kind of catch him off and run a little bit quicker, get to the line of scrimmage.
Throw it to number 24 here, makes a couple guys miss, and he's got some room outside, but our defense is just too fast. Dotson and others come over to help the guys that he shook a little bit, make the tackle from behind.
Dotson and Dietz and Michael Hayes there. Brandon Withers, had a host of Senators there.
Couple of Jaden Smith right back up the middle, and number 56 with a big hit plugging the hole. That's Chase Swede right there. Big time hit. Couple of relentless performance training first downs. Couple of plays ago. Good job, Chase Swede there. Big guy. 6'2", 260, or no, excuse me. 6'3", 205 right there, that D tackle spot. See if we can get some more pressure and stop him. Empty set for Noah. He's going to get the ball off. He's going to get big hit right there. Who is that? Number 6, Ashton Williams coming over and laying the wood. They do get, I believe, a relentless performance training first down.
Yeah, somebody's showing off their muffler out there. I don't know how well it actually sounds, but
sounds like somebody's revving their lawnmower or something. I thought we were getting a little feedback in the headset, but Noah Smith takes a deep shot, and it's going to be caught, and I think he got the end zone. That's going to be caught, and they're going to get a touchdown.
No, they're not. There's a flag back here in the backfield. Let's see. With the way they're moving, looks like he may be calling it on Robinson, so it may stay a touchdown. I think he would have told them to stay. So I guess we're going to get something on Robinson back here in the backfield. But that was a very uninspiring touchdown. There were two Bulldogs there, two Senators there, and they were just kind of all grouped up. And whose arms was the ball going to fall into? It just happened to fall into a Whitehall Bulldog, and you hate to see that as a Senator fan and a defensive coach. You had that goose egg up all game. There's 6 minutes left in the fourth, and you give up a bomb that you had guys in position.
All right, the PAT attempt here for number 9. Hector Murillo is up and good. All right, so with 6:10 left to go in the game, like you said, the goose egg is no more. Your Senators lead it 28-7 over the Whitehall Bulldogs.
Whitehall gets on the board with the Cornerstone home lending touchdown, make it 7-28. You think you're going to see a little onside kick here? 6 minutes, 3-possession game. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and get the ball back. It's 6 minutes isn't a lot of time whenever you still need 3 scores.
Yeah, for sure. And, like you said, the onside kick, I think we see one coming. I think Senators will be ready for it. Dylan Hunt and the rest of those guys out there.
It also helps that we had a roughing the passer on the touchdown. That's what the flag was. So it helps now that they added it to the kickoff. So they're going to be kicking from the Senator 45-yard line. So, to me, even if you don't have to onside kick yet, this is one of those situations where, why not?
Yeah.
It's going to be a 10-yard difference maybe if they don't get it, if you don't recover it, than if you just kicked it in the end zone. So I think it's an easy call either way for an onside kick here.
Let's see if the Senators will be ready for it. We got guys over there in position if they do onside kick it.
Can't tell which way they want to go if they are going to, because they're even 5-5. Would expect them to go to the right with the right-footed kicker. Yep. We got
offsides. I was gonna say it looked offsides, but you kind of wish they didn't go offsides because Evans Olamy had nothing but green grass in front of him.
That was a touchdown if it wasn't.
And I want to say, Robinson's only got 3 guys on this near side here, whereas Whitehall has 5. So if I'm a Whitehall coach, I may.
Yeah, just can your kicker, being a right-footed kicker.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him right now, and he might try to. That's a lot harder to get your hips to kick it back, away from your strong foot.
Yeah, unless they got 2 kickers out there, one kind of runs up, fakes it, and the other one comes up. But they got the numbers over here.
They're changing it up.
I hope Robinson sees that like I do and is ready for it. They don't seem to move or anything.
He's still going to have the tee to the right, and they might just change the style or do one of those little heel kicks where you kick it, you step over it and kick it backwards.
Oh, yeah. Well, now they're just going to kick it in the end zone here.
I don't.
I would have gone for the onside kick there myself, and I think you would have as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. 6 minutes left. I think it's already going to be tough to score 3 times in 6 minutes. But giving the ball back to Robinson for a possession is going to obviously take time off of that. I don't know. I feel like if you really are still in it, you're still competing. I think that's a no-brainer. You got to try for the onside.
All right, so Grisham back in at quarterback with number 33 back there with him. That is Corey Crusterson.
But I've also never been a head coach either, so.
Yeah.
Never
me
had to
either.
make that call myself.
I have not either. Grisham going to throw to Bonner. See if Bonner can make a man miss, and he does. And he shows the speed down the sidelines. And Gabriel Bonner's going to be gone. He made a man miss and hit the burners on him.
I mean, Bonner, that was really the dream shake, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, he gave him a little shimmy and was gone. That's going to be a cornerstone home lending touchdown pass for Grisham there, and Gabriel Bonner. I mean, my goodness.
Turn on the burners.
That was from the 20, correct?
Yeah, touchback. Yeah, an 80-yard touchdown.
80-yard touchdown pass.
And it was about a 6-yard pass and then a 74-yard run.
I mean, he broke the ankles and then hit the afterburners and was gone.
A little shimmy shake and a go.
My goodness. PAT is up.
And that one, I tell you what.
And good.
Every PAT so far, Whitehall's come for it, tried to block it. That looked a little defeated right there on that extra point.
And it makes you wonder if they, I mean, had they gone for the onside kick again and not gotten it, I guess the same thing could have happened. But my goodness, Gabriel Bonner. All right, with just under 6 minutes to go left in this football game, your score is Senators 35, Whitehall Bulldogs 7.
You just saw some legit big time speed right there.
I mean, man. And the move to start it all off, my goodness. That was nasty. That was nasty. Sports Center top 10 just happened in Little Rock right now.
So it looks like got a Sylvan Hills score at 4 minutes left in the fourth at Marion. Sylvan Hills down 23-27.
All right, close game.
See Mills and Marlton. Mills up 30-23 on Marlton with 5.5 left in the fourth.
All right, and Ethan Caldwell on to kick off here. See what he can do. Another great kick. Going to be down to about the 15. That's where it's caught. Number 5. Oh, almost a great big-time hit, and he's getting – and he kind of fumbled the ball.
I think he pitched it on purpose to number 1.
I think he did too, but that's kind of one of those. He was kind of getting flung around, and it may have been a really lucky toss if it was a toss. But my goodness, good job by this Senator kickoff team getting down there in coverage. It looked like it was going to be a pretty big hit coming, but just missed him just a little bit. Nevertheless, the Whitehall Bulldogs are going to set up shop with the football at their own 28-yard line.
In our last score update, Maumelle has fallen behind of Vilonia 28-42. So Vilonia's kind of pulled away with it a little bit.
And I just gave that update a couple minutes ago, so although Fearless Friday may not have been completely updated yet.
Yeah, they're a little bit slower sometimes.
All right, Noah Smith with an empty set looking to throw. O-line gives him some good protection. He's going to try and escape. Won't escape.
Gets about a yard.
Who's that over there on that tackle getting up? That is number 20.
LaFonso Burrell's there, and Ian Dietz is there as well.
LaFonso Burrell has really come on here lately at that DN spot. Going to get a couple of new guys in there on the D line. Looks like number 83, Jeremiah O'Neal. I can't see the other number. Noah Smith drops back again rolls out. They're just going to have to take off and run. Gets out of bounds. Good job by, I think that's Ian Dietz over there to lay off the hit.
He wanted to.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, oh, man, I'm about to get myself a little highlight. Noah stepped out just in time, and he held up. That's good.
Great job.
And, they're in that empty formation, but they're keeping that H-back in to protect, and it's giving them a little bit more time. Tell you what, if I'm the offensive coordinator, one of these times I'm throwing a little screen at the H-back because they're sending pressure. Just block for a second and then let them turn around.
We'll throw an out route here, and he drops it.
Man.
And he had a little room, and he dropped it. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 5 here, and probably going to go for it.
Corey Crusterson was in the coverage there. He was close. Just it would have been a tough tackle if it would have been caught.
All right, let's see if this D-line can get a big-time sack here. Get the ball back to the offense. Let's end this game. Noah Smith got some time.
Stay on him because he's going to.
Rolls out.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And he dropped it again. Oh, my goodness. 2 drops when they got the first down. 2 drops there by the Whitehall receivers, and I think that's just the story of the night for this Whitehall offense.
And he did exactly what you don't want the corner to do right there. He comes off before the quarterback is across the line of scrimmage and gave him a wide open. I was kind of saying it, stay on him a little bit there, and just came off a little early, but 15 just dropped it.
And now the Senators are going to set up in great field position, although I guess it doesn't matter when you go 80 yards on one play, but great field position at the Whitehall 34-yard line. Grisham still at quarterback, Crusterson at running back.
Going to get a timeout by Whitehall.
Looks like they're running number 2 out there, Caden Blaylock as a receiver, number 27, Caleb Jones at receiver. Chase Nichols also out there.
Let's see. I'll give you some numbers that we might not see. Have you got? So you got 10. You got 2. Who's our 2? 2. Caden Blaylock. All right, we're back. Just took a little bit of a break there for the timeout. And, coming out in the pistol formation, Connor Grisham still at quarterback.
Second carry up to the line of scrimmage.
Running in a new offensive lineman, 51, coming in at O-line. Noah King. Oh,
I forgot we got 2 different rosters.
I think you're just missing one page or something. Oh, well, no. So you've got – okay, so it's either Noah King or Stacey Andrews. We're not sure. We've got 2 separate ones here. I think it's Noah King. I think that's the updated one.
Grisham going to throw it again. Make another move out there. Is that number 10?
Yeah, that's Caleb James.
And if it's Stacey Andrews, 51, that's a big name to live up to. Camden native, won a Super Bowl with the Giants. Offensive lineman as well. I think you went to college at Ole Miss, though.
Man.
I think you went to college at Ole Miss.
That ruins it, huh?
Yeah, that ruins it. All right. Grisham throwing the ball well. O-line giving good protection here late.
3rd and about 2.
Going to hand it off to Crusterson again. He's going to squirt through and get the relentless performance training first down to about the 21-yard line.
Got some good blocking there, able to get north, get the first down fairly easily.
And he's got some speed on him as well at that running back position. First and 10 from the 19. 3:05 and counting left in the ball game. Letting the clock run a little bit. Grisham going to take the snap, hand it off to Crusterson again. He's got some outside. He's going to cut it back up. He stays on his feet and rides the offensive lineman for more yardage. That's going to be about an 8-yard gain on first down there. And I tell you, Crusterson has come in and run the ball very well here.
And that's one of the guys that looks like he's one of these freshmen that have come up now that junior high's over. And, future's bright at the backfield. You got Noah, and, Noah's been holding it down until his little injury, and you got Malik. But a lot of them were young besides Tank, who hadn't ran the ball much since his injury. But, got some talent coming up, too, back there.
Outstanding job coming up from junior football. He's going to get another handoff here. He's going to get upfield. He's got good blockers. He's going to get inside the 10-yard line for another relentless performance training first down. He'll get down to about the 8. I'll tell you what, he's 1 or 2 carries like that away from getting his first touchdown in varsity football.
Let's do it. Let's go, Coach. Give it to him again.
Let's keep feeding him. Come on, Corey. Yeah, Corey. Let's see it happen here. Hand it to him again. He's going to get inside the 5-yard line.
Gets down to the 4 on that one. He's chipping away.
Slowly chipping away. Come on. We got enough time to get him in there. I think they're trying to. Give it to him again. He's got the hole, and he's going to get in the end zone. There we go. Corey Crusterson with his first varsity touchdown. He's going to take it in from 4 yards out.
Tell you what, you love to see a freshman be able to put one in. And you got some excited guys out there that hadn't played a whole lot this year, but Noah King, I think, is 51, and he's a freshman as well, and you can see he's excited. It's really cool when that junior high season's over, get the ninth graders in. And not just get to put the pads on and the high school jerseys, but to be able to come in and actually put some points on the board.
Yeah, and they had Carter Kind in there at the H-back position, kind of that sniffer back. That was number 98, Ethan Caldwell on the PAT, and it is good. So with 1:09 left to go in the game, the score is 42-7. Robinson Senators over the Whitehall Bulldogs, and I think that's going to wind the clock for the rest of this game.
Should. Once we have the kickoff, that clock shouldn't stop again, and that minute will melt off pretty quickly.
All right, so you got Grisham, the backup QB, coming in, getting him an 80-yard touchdown pass. You got Corey Crusterson, the ninth grader, playing up to the senior high. Getting a he's got to be close to, a pretty rather decent game on the ground tonight. Got a touchdown out of it. What a night for the Senators. A lot of younger kids getting a lot of playing time tonight. Love to see it. I tell you, if Corey can keep running the ball like that, the running back room is bright here in Robinson.
No, absolutely. If you're gonna have Tanks back there as a 10th grader next year, have Corey as a 10th grader, they're gonna look good for the next 3 years.
All right, so that's Ethan Caldwell on for the kickoff. He's got a pretty decent leg as well. They're going to try a pooch kick here. Now he fumbled it. They may have called him down. No, they're going to give the ball to Robinson.
I don't know that he ever had possession. Looks like it kind of poked out as soon as he touched it.
And who recovered the ball there? Who are they patting and slapping? I think that's Carter Kind, number 43, went down there and got the ball. Good job on him. Robinson's going to get the football back, and that's just deflating if you're a Whitehall Bulldog. That's deflating.
That's one they're going to come out. Should come out in the best formation in football right here. Clock's ticking. You're only have to take a knee once. And that'll do it for you. So you have to snap the ball one more time.
A lot of new guys in there. Number 84. We're trying to get these names. Tatum Hayes, number 81. J.P. Walterhouse. I can't see the rest of them.
Can't either. You're turned away from us. 84, maybe, if you didn't say that one.
Grisham will take the knee. That's going to do it for this ball game. We got about 30 seconds to run off here, but
it's going to all tick off right here before we got to take the next snap. So that should do it for your Robinson Senator versus Whitehall Bulldogs. Your Senators come away with a 42-7 win.
And this is one of those games that started off real slow, but then out of nowhere you look up and it's just a 35-point ball game.
Yeah, the touchdowns didn't happen as quick as they had in previous games, but if you go back and look at the stats and everything, I think it'll really paint you a picture of dominance by your Senators. So that'll do it for this ball game. Please stay tuned for our post-game show whenever we'll announce our player of the game.
On the trip side.
And I believe they're baiting them to throw the screen. As soon as the screen comes, they show it. But they throw the fake screen. Jabari makes the catch and gets in.
Bonner in the back. I can't tell if it's a 0 or a 6. Oh.
And Grill squirts through. He's got a lane. He breaks away.
He's running away. Is he going to make it to the pylon before he gets caught? And yes,
He's in
he
there.
does.
Brandon Grill takes it.
Woo!
What is it, 45, 46 yards to the house.
81 yards to hit pay dirt here. See if this Bears defense come up with another stop.
Ely takes the snap, passes it quick out to Burns on the left side. Burns has a lot of room. He's up to the 40-yard line, 45, 50, 55, or 40, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Wildcats. Burns is speedy, and he showed it right there.
I saw that the track and the soccer was going to be in one space.
Yep. I'll go to the right side. Bounces off the first tackler, breaks loose across the 45, midfield, off to the races. I don't know if we're going to catch him. They will get the angle. No, Candler couldn't bring him down and give him 6, as that is number 7. I don't have my roster in front of me.
Situation. The ball falls on the ground, and it's not going to be picked up. The ball is free. Carlos Stevens picks it up all the way at the 20, the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown Bears. What a wild play. The punter could not hold on to the ball, gets smacked by a Bears defender, and Carlos Stevens picks it up and takes it all the way to the end zone.
Moffin gets thrown out of the game. Yep. So now Naked this time to the right. He's got a man back in the end zone. Going to throw the post. Could pick it. No, got him. Is he inbounds?
He's out.
And let's see.
No.
Touchdown, Watson Shout.
Backfield. They send him in motion once again. Watch him run down the middle, and he actually runs across. Ringo is looking, cooking. Throws his break, makes the catch, and I believe the Seacoast get it. He makes the huddle, and Superman's into the end zone. And Carlton, we are.
Knowles just next to him.
Actually, double pass.
Brentley, ball's on the ground. Now they'll pitch it to Brentley. Now the double. Now they are going to try to throw it. He's got a wide receiver wide open. But Hilliard is there. And Hilliard took it away. What an interception by Karsten Hilliard. What a play, Karsten Hilliard.
All over the place.
They're going to try that outside again. We got
They stopped him. They stopped him. They stopped him.
He's going to be stopped. Your Senator defense make the stop. The 2-point conversion is not good. The Senators hold. And with 28 seconds left to go in the game, your score is 29 Senators, 28 Mills Comets.
I don't even know who came in there. It may have been Chase Nichols. It may have. Welcome back, Senator fans, to our post-game show. Again, just to wrap it up, your Robinson Senators defeat the Whitehall Bulldogs here 42-7 tonight. So we're just going to go through the scores from our other PCSSD Sports Network games real quick. We'll give our player of the game, and then we'll get y'all out of here. So right now I'm looking at the Mills and Marlton game. There's about 19 seconds left in that game. Mills is up 30-23. So 1 touchdown. Marlton just got the ball on the 8-yard line, and I think they just had a false start, so now they're going to be back on the 4-yard or the 3-yard line, whatever it's going to be. So they got to go 95-plus yards in 20 seconds, or Mills is going to hold on. So I'm going to bet Mills holds on there. The last I checked, the Maumelle game was Maumelle 28, Valonia 49. There wasn't a ton of time left in that one, so that one's pretty much a wrap. Valonia over Maumelle, and then the Marion and Sylvan Hills game is over. Marion defeats Sylvan Hills 27-23. So, pretty close games around PCSSD Sports Network. Kind of went. The only one that is a little surprising is Maumelle's, the deficit there against Valonia. But had a pretty good game here. Had some good games across PCSSD Sports Network. Chris, I'm going to let you go ahead and award the player of the game, and then I'll get us out of here.
All right, yeah, we're going to give that player of the game to Ashton Williams, just having a monstrous game at that linebacker spot. Made a lot of big-time hits. The Robinson Sports Network player of the game for tonight is Ashton Williams.
And then I'm going to do this for Chris because I know, we had a discussion between two people. I'm going to give a honorable mention to the freshman Corey Crusherson getting his first varsity touchdown. So honorable mention player of the game goes to number 33, Corey Crusherson. But that'll do it for us tonight. Want to make sure we thank the entire crew. So bringing you all the action with me, Tyler Chenault, was Chris Goodman. From the top of the press box was Mark Miller. Francis Schultz was on our field cam, and then our producer is the one and only David Tooley. So thank you again for joining us for some Senator football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our school's channel and to all of the school's channels across Natural State Sports on YouTube, and give us a thumbs up and a like on Facebook. That'll do it tonight for the Robinson Senators football on the Robinson Senators